Welcome guys, this is Jim Alexander 777 and welcome. Today we're going to be playing the second part of the life of Sir Brante. This is a really cool game that we tried the other day and I really like it. So today we're going to start our Adolescence chapter. So yeah, let's just jump right to it. Okay. Um so last time guys, continue. Wait, what? Oh. Okay, I guess it didn't save where I wanted it to save. That is fine. Yeah, we already saw this, guys, but yeah, that's fine. Um, alright. Okay, now we're in Adolescence. I was like, what? So today we're gonna be doing the full Adolescence chapter. We already did childhood last time. If you guys haven't seen that, like, please go check it out.
I was growing up fast. The school, the streets, and the whole wide world awaited me beyond the gate of my parents' house.
Oh, okay. All right, let's start. Chapter 2 Adolescence. You live in this world for 8 years now. As you grow older, life grows more complex. The world of your childhood was limited to your house and family. But now that realm is expanding. It also includes your neighborhood, the nearby houses, the street of the ancient city of Anisote. A question now looms over you, growing more pressing with each passing year. What would your place be in this vast outside world? Few people in the blessed Archean Empire trouble themselves with this question. It's now within a man or woman's power to choose their destiny. Their destiny is predetermined by their birth and those who bore them. And yet, your peculiar birth has grant you a choice. Your father is a man of nobility, a worthy example in matters of duty and honor. Your mother is a commoner of lowly state, humility and patience made flesh. And your sky is a blaze day and night with the light of the shining pillar, the beacon of the clergy. Ooh. Your back bears the mark of the lash. Will you accept the drudgery and suffering that is the lot of the lowborn for your entire life? Or will you follow in the footsteps of your father and your father's father and fight for the right to serve the empire as a noble of the mantle? Perhaps will you follow the twin gods, the twin swords and offer spiritual guidance to others? The answer lights out there in the vast terrifying war. What awaits beyond the walls of your home? Your war grows. The neighborhood, the houses nearby the streets of the ancient city of Anisote. Uh, okay, we read this. Events that can happen to the family during this chapter. Glorious secret. You discover the secret society your sister Gloria has joined. Ingenuity for Stefan's disgrace. You find out about your eldest brother forbidden love. Nobility 4. Blood tie. You join the blood tie of the Brante family. Participate in the ritual and nobleman sacrament or Gregor's Brante too. Yeah, we're probably not gonna do that. Nathan's admonition. Your younger brother Nathan Brante receives a spiritual admonition from you. I don't really know what that admonition means, guys. So yeah, please let me know if please let me know, or I'll probably search that later on my own. But yeah, I do not know what an admonition means. Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen this chapter. Matters of the heart. You experience your first romantic feelings. Okay. Revelation of the tree. You experience the revelation by the sacred silver tree. We do have an epiphany from last chapter. So we could try to get the revelation. Sophia saved. You saved a local girl named Sophia from a lesser death. Okay. Your personal qualities at this age, they determine which choices you may take. Represents how noble your thoughts and deeds are in your pursuit of the honorable ideals of the nobleman. It affects your chances of becoming a noble of the mantle and future skills that are crucial for the noble state. That's okay. Honestly, it's fine. Not really too fan of becoming a noble myself. Represents how quick-witted you are and how skillfully you can manipulate a situation to your end. It affects your ability to survive without the privilege of nobility and future skills that are crucial for a commoner. That does sound good if we want to stay as a commoner, but overall that could be good. It's spirituality. Your aspirations to unlock the mysteries of creation and explore the divine in the mortal world, the people around you and yourself. It affects your abilities to become a priest and future skills crucial for the clergy. So you see, guys, I like this because of the way of the world that we are. All right, let's see. The dignified, noble, honorable. Okay, on principle, slow, bright, enterprise, inventive. Monday, searcher, soulful, blessed by the gods. I like that. I want to be blessed by the gods, man. And then my willpower, I haven't died. The session that opens in this chapter. Relation screens now available. Province now available. Alright, what's this? Describe the state of affairs in your native province of Magra, the structure of society, the political climate, the power of the church, and the sentiments of the people. These factors can change as a result of key historical events, but your actions can also become part of history and bring change to the province and then to the empire as a whole. Okay. Overseer Archduke Milanidas. Archduke of Magra, supreme lord in the province of your birth, known for being obstinate and despotic, notorious even among Archons. Alright, so this is like the king or something, right? It's like the crown. Patriarch Fotis, patriarch of the Magra province and the founder of the new faith. He was able to defy the laws established in the teachings of Isidis. He encouraged people to find the twin gods within and says that everyone is equal in the twin size. I see. That's interesting. Current balance of power in Magra, who rules the province, all nobility in power, reign of terror, commoners in power, overseer, okay. So, minus is like nobility and then this is like the common people. The prevalent religious school in the province of Magra determines the doctrine, rites, and tradition practiced by the majority of the population. Fall of the new faith, old faith, Kishism, new faith, fall of the old faith. Okay. Alright, so, well of Magra, the welfare of the province and its population. Barren land, serving devastation, security, affluence, flourish land. Okay. And order. Respect for the law and the stability of order in the province. That sounds cool. That sounds good. Okay, so lawless land, unrest, disconnected. Alright, so faith, power, security. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Map of the entire screen is now available. Wow. Okay, the shining pearl of the North Pragus is the capital and the only large city in the province of Fiona. Built by the order of the Emperor's own brother Cornelius Tempest, the city has attracted many people of the northern province who have abandoned the Marylands. The citizens of Pragus are known to be loyal to Cornelius Tempest and his laws. The personal domain of the Emperor's own Tempest dynasty, known by by all as the most beautiful castle in Empire. It keeps its gaze close to all but the most exalting Argnians and humans. Northern provinces of Fiona, Constanta, and Hermia. Alright, you know what? This is like... Alright, let's just read all the cities first. The capital of the Blessed Archean Empire is Eterna. This ancient and beautiful city was built upon the shores of 3 rivers by the Emperor's own order, Eterna's houses, the Imperial College, and the Military Academy, which provide opportunity for commoners to become nobles of the mantle through service and valor, as well as the Divine Seminary. Eterna is a place where Archean tradition, architect, and fashion have always reigned supreme. But the influx of human nobles and wealthy merchants slowly changing the way of life in the capital. Okay. Northern province of Fiona, Constanta, and Hermia. The eastern and inhospitable lands of the north, they were populated by barbarian heathens until the Grey Archean and warriors of the past came to eradicate them. The northern province are governed by the Emperor's own Tempest dynasty. The province are very sparse populated with few factories or trading posts. Fishing is the main trade here. The local says you can see the very peak of the shining pillar looming above the sea when the skies are clear. Alright, so this is like the north. Eterna is like the capital. Argnia, the birthplace of the empire, and every Argnian dynasty owned by the emperor himself. The province with the most bountiful soil, Argnia abounds in ancient castles, green fields, and towering forests. Sprawling cities and factories are virtually non-existent here. No Archean dynasty would ever let such a massive human build structures disfigure the demean of their ancestor. The only place in the province teeming with life and the spirit of the new age is Eterna, the capital of the empire. The capital of Montes, the capital of Monia province and the most well-defended citadel in the empire. Montes is commonly known as the pillar of the old Archean knight spirit and is site of many great tournaments. Archduke Monroe, like other Monroes before him, boasts that the walls of Montes will survive any siege. Okay. Monia, the bastion of the Argnian aristocracy, protected from the rest of the empire by the sea and a mountain ridge. It is the second oldest province of the empire. Here the noble traditions of yore are the strongest, and the lowly law is denied all freedoms. All freedoms save those they absolutely require. The Monroe dynasty conquered Monia long ago and now reigns supreme in this impenetrable province. Okay, Garcia, the sea gate of Monia. Garcia is the only safe haven among the province's rocky shores. Well fortified and dangerous, this haven will accept no visiting ship without permission from the Monroe dynasty. Astinia, the heart of the empire. Astinia is a province of bountiful harvest. This land is the main stronghold of the new faith, where commoners and nobles alike follow the new doctrine. This land is ruled by the Archean Diamant dynasty, but only Patriarch Junius Diamant, the Archduke's elder brother and leader of the church in the province, wields actually authority in Astinia. Astinia. Once a mere outpost of the empire in his nascent years, the fortress of Horta was built to fight off the heathens. It is the founding place of the Holy Order and contains their citadels and headquarters. When the empire united all the lands in the realm, Horta grew up into the city of considered size. The strongest industrial province of the empire, ruled over by the Orgriff dynasty. The noble landowners have literally leased out their land to commoners to build new factories and mines, a practice that continues to this day. Illyria was the birthplace of gunpowder and the firearms that employed it before the noble state banned it used across the empire as weapons of the dishonor. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on, guys. But we are gonna read all the entire map. Cleonis, the capital of Illyria. This sprawling industry city is the home of scientists and inventors of all stripes, often called the city free thinkers. Cleonis is governed by the Lesser Quorum. The ruling Archean dynasty of the province hardly ever visits the area. Kupfer, the most well-defended fortress in the suit of Illyria. It belongs to the Grey Army of Grid Dynasty. Okay, so all the dynasties, they seem to be like kings of all kinds. Like the families like own this, right? Alright. Magra. The last to join the Empire, the southern province of Magra is an arid wasteland ruled by Archduke Milanidas. During Shar Milanidas' rebellion, this land was devastated by full magic and rendering infertile. Local peasants now grow their corn in soil imported from other regions. The hill and mountains of Magra are blessed with silver, iron, and coal. And Serpenberda, a castle in the middle of the Magran waste that serves as the family seat of the Grey Milanidas dynasty, the archdukes of the province. It is the most impenetrable and well-defended fortress in the south. Sulmina, a large prosperous village in the east of Magra. It has a crust considered well thanks to the numerous silver mines in the nearby hills. Many Sulmina commoners have grown rich and joined the new faith. Eneri, the headquarters of Imperial Overseer Gaius Tempest. Castle Eneri itself, as well as the village around it and the adjacent tracts of land, belonged to the Milanides dynasty until Gaius Tempest was appointed the province overseer in the Archduke's stead. Thanks to his vast farmland nourished with imported fertile soil, Castle Eneri grows its provisions and maintains independence from the rest of Magra. Favren, the second largest city in Magra and a place of industry. Favren was the original capital of the province before the appearance of the Silver Tree. There is a common saying, a man from Favren and a man from Anisode will never see eye to eye. Tuono, a noble state with a small village. It currently has no owner. It was formerly owned by the El Merce bloodline before their blood tide ran dry. According to the ancient tradition, the Archduke of Magra will grant Tuono to the next bloodline to be ennobled by the sword. Valona, a city that is home to the largest monastery in the province of Magra. Founded in commemoration of the final unity of all the lands in the Empire, the monastery of Valona is the second most popular destination for pilgrims after the Silver Tree. The monastery monks are famed through the Empire for their healing skills. Anisode, the city of your birth and the capital of the arid province of Magra. It is the largest and most ancient city in the south of the Empire. Anisode is home to the Silver Tree, a sacred landmark grown by the twins when they descended an immortal realm. The old prophecy said that Anisode is where the end of the world will begin. Alright, so it's lots of politics, guys, so yes. Before we continue, let me check. Okay, I was just checking to see if everything was okay. Yeah, so now we're gonna start. The boy down the street. The family expects more and more of you as you grow up. The teachers and tutors hired by your father keep you on your toes all the time. Your life these days is dedicated to studying for your future, for the future of the Brante family. Your younger brother Nathan keeps growing up too. He can hold a conversation now. You never refuse him when he comes to place, provided you have a bit of free time between your demanding lessons. It is a rainy day today. Same as outside my house. It's raining a lot, guys. Father and mother have gone to a ball, and they left Nathan in your care. You lose track of time over the books in the sitting room and Nathan goes off alone to splash in the creek. Soon you hear his voice begging you to come outside. He is on the porch sobbing, all covered in dirt. You walk up to him as he continues to bawl. It's all that kid. He pushed me into the ditch and called me names. He said I was a fancy pants fool. I said I'll call my brother. He's still there. You have to go punish him, Alexandrus. Nathan puts points at a loop-side wooden house further down the streets where the poor artisan lives. You see two boys lingering there on the porch. They are clearly both commoners, but far from poor. One of them is almost as tall as Nathan, and he frowns in a funny way, just like him. The other looks older, almost your age, but he's more broad-shouldered and taller. His name is Tomas. You hear it before. There, Alexandra, that's him. Nathan points at the younger boy and hides behind your back. Thomas grinds and rolls up his sleeves to reveal strong forearms. He must have been helping his father with manual labor for quite some time. Listen up, rich kids. We don't give a damn about you or your friendship. We don't let nobody call our homes a stinking rat hole. Your little brother earned his stitch type. Maybe next time he'll dress normal and stop picking fights with people who can throw him in the mud. Your hands clench into fists before you react. Nathan called them names first, no wonder they did the same. That's how it goes. But pushing your brother into a ditch is too much. Tomas stands tall and confident. He sees no threat in you. You're about to get ready for a fight when you feel a tug on your sleeve. You turn your head to see Nathan, the one who started the whole mess. Come at Tomas and give him a beating. We'll get friendship. You simply have to teach that jerk a lesson. Nobility and okay, we'll get nobility and we'll get friendship. He did call them names first, ingenuinely and one with and okay, friendship with Tomas. Resolve the matter peacefully. You do your best to reason with Tomas and avoid a fight. Well, they're all gonna give us friendship with him. Nathan keeps tugging your sleeve. He seems he has something important to tell you. This will give us unity and willpower. It won't give us this is not gonna give us any points to our stats, but it will give us some willpower, which is willpower is always good. So no matter what we do, we're getting friendship with Tomas Guerrero. So yeah. Oh, also guys, sorry about reading the entire province. We're not gonna be reading all the time. The province is just like, you know, a little bit of the lore of the cities. But I just wanted to read it for you guys, just in case you wanted to know the lore of the city. And also guys, if you like this series, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot, and I appreciate it a lot. So yeah, I mean, it will be really awesome for you guys, like for new adventurers to join our guild. Listen to your brothers first. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get some unity and willpower, guys. Nathan keeps tugging you in your sleeve, harder and harder. Finally, you turn around and look at him. Don't fight him, please. Look, he's huge. Let's go home. Who cares about them? You're all sweaty. Are you gonna listen to your littered brother and walk away like a coward? All your rich boys are chicken. You do nothing but squawk. But when the push comes to shove, you run home to mommy. Now he's done it. Your patience has run out. You swing at Tomas and he jumps back, surprised by your assault. It takes him a moment to compose himself, but now he's ready. His fists cover his face and he attacks you with a quick jab. Now it's your turn to take a step backward. You start trading blows, huffing and puffing with rage. The younger brothers gawk in awe at the sight. Tomas does not resort to fancy moves, dirty tricks, or stupid taunts. He displays nothing but skill earned in many street fights, and his heavy fists aim for your head. You keep dodging him and again, trying to reach him. He takes a couple of glancing blows, but easily shakes them off. What a shakes them off. What a bruiser. You start swinging your fists with greater and greater fury. Your heart is pounding like a hammer. You see nothing but the foe in front of you. How much longer with this state? You're worn out. Your breath grows ragged, and your muscles grow heavy. But there is no way you can give up now. Nathan is watching you. Desperate and out of option, you swing and punch Tomas square in the nose, then immediately let his fist smack you in the temple. The blow rings through your head like a bell, and blinds you for a moment. The world swings before your eye. You clutch at your head to get your bearing. Tomas standing in front of you, blood dripping from his nose. You no longer want to fight, and it seems your opponent would rather end it too. But you keep standing there, eyeing each other angrily. Then suddenly you hear an angry shout right next to you. An enraged man in a craftsman's apron is shaking his fist. Tomas' face contorts in terrors right away. It's my father, run! The punishment for fighting is flogging, and the mere prospect of that makes you run like the wind. The man sprints in front of you. You dash across the rotten wood planks of the back alley, up and over a lopsided fence, across a giant puddle in one leaf, and then forward into the tall grass. You hide there and stay quiet. You hear no sounds of pursuit. You exchange glances with Tomas and start laughing. His laughter is loud and infectious, but soon he cuts it short and grows sadder. I'm gonna get flogged anyways. My dad's always quick to give me the beating. And then he'll start nagging me about the laws and the prayers for days, like he always does. Why do I always get myself mixed up in this stuff? But fighting's the only way you prove your worth. Like you're worth anything, right? The adults didn't see you fighting. You tell him so. All you have to do is convince them you weren't. Nosebleeds happen, right? Mother gets nosebleeds at the time. Well, we could try it. Let's hope our little brothers don't tell on us. I'll talk to mine. There's a scratch on your forehead. Don't let us see it. Good thing I didn't hit you in the face. There, good as new. You assure him that Nathan will never tell, and in return, you'll make sure he behaves himself so he won't get dozing into a ditch again. With that, you shake hands with Tomas. His handshake is as strong as you would expect based on his fist. You make your way out of the tall grass. You need to leave before Tomas' father goes to your family and complains about you breaking your law. You come to a realization on the way back. You have no idea the place where you were hiding even existed. And it wasn't too far from home. Tomas smiles in excitement when he hears this. Oh, I know lots of places like that. I'll tell you what. If we get out of this mess today, I'll show you the way to the old fortress wall. It's the perfect place to build your own fort. I dragged a bunch of wooden planks there. Too bad it's no fun to build it alone. My brother never helps. He just gets in the way. You emerge from the muddy back alley united by a secret only the two of you know. It seems you made a friend today. Nice. We got +1 unity and a lot of willpower. So the reason we were able to get that unity and that willpower, guys, is because Nathan was grateful with us. So we have to do that like last chapter. Like we made a new friend named Tomas. Give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna drink some water. Riders on the road. It is blistering hot today, even for the sun-parched lands of Magra. As soon as you're done with your studies, you dash outdoors and out of the stuffy room. You and Tomas roll off your shirt your shirt's sleeves, but it barely helps. You would gladly go shirtless had you only been in the company of other boys, but there are 3 girls in the yard today. They are doing the laundry in a big wash tub, whispering and giggling. You could. You would gladly keep washing one of them at work. She has big eyes. She has big eyes of deep blue. Her dark hair is braided, and her plain grass dress is mended and patched all over. Her name is Sophia. She throws her head back a little when she laughs. The rays of the sun are reflected in her eyes. You, Thomas, and the other boys keep telling silly stories, anything to make her laugh. You sure love telling tall tales, Alexandros. Oh, I remember this one time. Oh, I remember. But then Sophia hears a voice calling her home. She nods to you and runs across the street smiling. Her light steps carry her forward, but her eyes are looking elsewhere. But then a stone on the road catches her foot. She stumbles and falls flat into the dust. Oh my god. The street starts shaking from the thundering of hoops. Riders appear on the road from around the corner. They bear a coat of arms you recognize right away, a sable serpent blade upon a field of bird. It symbolized the Melanidas dynasty, the family of your province archduke. The horses dash forward, a lost wooden toy on the road cracks under the hoops. They will not slow down. They are nobles and the rest must make way for them. Sophia is in their way. You just now starting to get back on her feet. Her mother's crying for her desperately from behind the fence door. You freeze in terror. The riders surely see the girl. Are they going to stop or are they going to trample her? In only a few moments, the beautiful girl will be doubly trampled and crushed. Alright, we could shield her. You rush into the road blinded by hope, determined to stop the raiders. We'll save Sophia. We'll get 1 nobility, 1 ingenuity, 1 spirituality, -5 willpower. That sounds really good. But we will die 1 time. And Sophia will get a friendship with us. Or we could stay where we are and not get single points, but we won't die. Honestly, guys, I do not want to die yet. Or at all, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry. You're gonna get trampled. You stand frozen by the roadside, unable to look away as the clouds of dust covers the entire street. You feel as if a massive, maddening beast whipped into a merciless frenzy has just passed you by. You hear no screams, no cracking bones, nothing but the deafening din of the hoops. Once the horses are gone and the dust settles, you can finally see the road again, and the repulsive blob of blood, flesh and bone left on it. Oh my god. You can still see traces of Sophia in that mess. Her dark hair, the remains of her dress, but it is no longer her. Sophia Early's remains slowly dissipate and melt into the air. Her mother eyes are filled with grief as she watches. She hunches over and slowly walks back to the house. You can still hear the riders far away down the road. None of them even bothered to look back. Your friend walks away, lost for words. You made your way home. Dazed by what you have seen, you are still dazed as you retell these events to Mother, unable to look up from the floor. After a moment of silence, she embraces you and calms you down. Poor girl, what a terrible, painful death, but you must know that it was not her true death. By the twins' mercy, we're all giving enough time in this war. Should you die before your time, you will be brought back by their grace. For 3 times, they will rescue you from a terrible fate, but the 4th death is true and final for all. Every loss of a life we were granted at our birth, it's a heavy blow to us. But the God told us not to mourn unless they're dead. Everybody will keep on living as though nothing has happened, even Sophia's parents. Their family's poor and they have no family group like we do. When the girl's soul comes back to life, her body will be reborn in the city church, with all her wounds healed. Do not mourn her, my son. but thank the twin gods for their justice. Honestly, guys, being able to have like multiple lives is kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Even though the twins are kind of like messy and kind of like with the three lots, it is nice that you can like not die permanently. You see Sophia by her house a few days later, and she looks completely fine, without so much as a scratch. The other children tell you that her parents now forbid her to leave the jar after dying such an early first death. You call out Sophia's name. She looks at you briefly, then she walks back inside. Sophia never talks to you again. I mean, wow, okay, I'm sorry, but Sophia died her first death, trampled by noble horsemen. Yep. It's not my fault that they ran her over, guys. Like, and saving her would have killed me, so, you know, got too risky. Sophia disappeared after the terrible incident with the horses. Her friends gossiped that her parents sent her off to serve a rich noble dynasty. You haven't seen each other since that day, but you still remember Sophia's eyes, the sunlight shining in them. But no matter what, life goes on. Soil and gunpowder. You are 10 years old now, your studies continue and you are learning more about the land you live in. Anisodi is an ancient city in an imperial province. By the name of Magra, all soil in Magra was turning to ash eons ago, scorched by magic during the rebellion of Duke Char Milanides. The magical ores are all but gone now, but the scorched earth has remained barren and infertile ever since. Since then, the entire province has lain barren, tormented by cold and scorching winds in equal measure. With few precious plants taking root on their own, all further lying in Magra spouted elsewhere and brought here by an endless caravan of cars and carriages. To pay for food and soil, the cities of Magra became skilled in many trades, primarily mining and digging, for metals and stone. Last fall there was an explosion just outside the city, followed by clouds of thick smoke. The first such incident frightened the citizens, but then explosions and smoke became an everyday occurrence. Soon everybody grew used to it. Father explains that the miners are using a new invention called gunpowder. It makes it easy for them to reach the precious stones and metal buried deep within the earth. Then one day a thunder explosion rocks the city, and black billowing smoke covers the houses. People are stuck in their homes, all windows tightly shut. The air is impossible to breathe. Nathan coughs all the time. Gloria and you cough only when nobody's watching. Mother hears that she will make you inhale those hot bearable vapors just like Nathan. It takes 2 days for the black smoke to disperse. People pour out onto the streets to meet their friends. Thomas is eager to share everything he knows about this incident with you. They took a lot of burn out people to the city temple. Mom told me she was helping the healers. There are many rumors. Some claim it was the war of a beast steering from his lumber, while others say it's the surviving witches that continue to threat the order in the empire with their accursed powers. But as for you, you patiently wait for Father to come back home and then you'll ask him about it. Father spends day and night working at the prefecture, while Mother spends all her time in prayer. It takes a full week for Father to finally come home, and he almost completely spent. You muster enough courage to the dinner to ask him what happened outside the city. Father raises his head, his face a bleak, weary mass, and starts muttering his proclamation. It's almost as if he doesn't see you. It's the mine outside the city. They were trying to get to a vein of ore. There was an explosion, the mine caved in, and the black smoke started flowing. Many workers died there. It was all because Colonel Velasco, who owns the mines, wanted them to start mining that vein before they were ready. Some of the workers weren't even reborn. Perhaps the twins thought their final time has come. The prefecture has been inundated with complaints from families that have lost their prey wines, asking the judge for help. Many people also lost their cattle to the black smoke. Colonel Velasco blames gunpowder for the disaster. The prefecture and the newspaper just repeat whatever he says, but it's plain old greed and tyranny of noblemen that are to blame. Why is the welfare of our province always paid for with commoners' lives? Then, without warning, he grows silent again. You kept thinking about it for days. Can a human life really end so easily? A single moment of bad luck and you die, only to emerge from the temple or the family crypt with a new black mark on your arm. Or worse, you remain where you fell, dead, never to be reborn again. Ever. Okay. Sorry guys, I paused the recording to get like a bottle of water. Stefan's arrival. During lunch, father tells you to stay home in the evening and prepares to meet some important guests. Your elder brother Stefan will return home by dinner tonight. Joining him will be your grandfather Gregor Brante as well as a noble friend of the family. You are excited about your brother's return. It has been years since you last saw him. How has he changed during his years away from home? You and your father await the guests anxiously. The doorbell rings, 3 people are standing outside. Grandfather is the first to come, naturally. He has not changed a bit since his last visit. Still eyeing the house with contempt, looking for any reason to demean it. Grandfather is followed by a stately young man dressed in a jacket embroidered in silver, whom you barely recognize as your brother. Stefan casts a glance at your threadbare clothes, your dirty fingernails and smirks. The last to enter the house is a personable gentleman with a worn-out, wrinkled face. You have heard a lot about this man from father and grandfather. He is Baron Agustin Elborn, Stefan's uncle, a family friend and the province prefect, which means that he is the head judge and thus father superior. Sir Elborn smiles slightly and offers you his hand. And this must be your younger son, Alexandrus, yes? You have your father eyes, young man. Father bows slightly to grandfather and Sir Elborn, but there is a moment of quiet when Stefan turns comes. Father reaches to him awkwardly, expecting an embrace. There is a question in Stefan's eyes as he looks at grandfather. The old man shakes his head, almost imperceptibly. We noblemen now to put our emotions on public display, father. Not even after a lengthy separation. There is no embrace. Instead, Stefan nods to father curtly. He responds in kind. His face is devoid of emotion. After the greeting, you proceed to the sitting room. Elborn is the first to enter. He kisses mother's hand, and Gloria's too, and tussles Nathan's hair after he sees him hiding by the table. Grandfather acknowledges them with a gloom nod. Greetings, Lydia Brante. I remember you were kind to me when I was but a child. And you must be Nathan. You could barely walk when I saw you last. Your elder brother ignores Gloria completely, not even a greeting. You proceed to the dining room in a dignified manner and takes your seats. The dishes smell delicious, but they merely punctual the overwhelming tension at the table. Elborn is the only one with a friendly smile on his face. The dinner is splendid, Lydia. Did you choose these dishes yourself? You have a truly refined palate. Pal- you, you have a truly refined palate. It warms my heart to know Stefan spent his early years with you. Womanly care always does a child good, no matter the state. Your fork freezes in the air halfway to your mouth. You expect many things from a noble of the sword, but words of praise for a lowborn woman are not one of them. You cast a glance at grandfather. He looks like he's about to choke on those words. It would do my grandson more good to stay at a boarding school among his equals. Please, Gregor, parenting is no less important. Nothing can replace a mother's love. I cannot deny it. It saddens me greatly that my late sister could not be there to raise Stefan. But there was still a family for him, and he was surrounded by love. How could that be bad? You know what, guys? I like Augustine Elborn. Yeah, he's a noble who's like treating our family with like a lot of respect, like not like why being humble. I could see why. Yeah, this guy's he's a good nobleman too. And besides, his father was by his side all the while. A father example is always the best. After all, Robert earned the judge rank the same way you did. Your grandson will surely follow in your footsteps, and who knows, perhaps even the younger men of the Brante family will contribute to the... You clumsy, low-born cretin! Everybody starting by the starting outburst. Grandfather turns red. He's glaring at a young lady servant holding a pitcher over glass. Stefan is sitting right next to her, dabbling a napkin on a fresh stain on his jacket. Be gone this instant! The lady servant runs away, leaving the pitcher on a small table by the door. After a quiet moment, Alborn smiles again. It appears the servants have led us, yet dinner is far from over. Worry not, uncle. There are enough commoners at this table to keep us served with food and drinks. Stefan glares at Gloria across the table. She's sitting right next to you. She shrinks down and hunches over under his gaze. Father furrows his brows. Mother covers her mouth with trembling hands. Grandfather sneers. Stefan gaze does not move. The silence lasts far too long. Then she starts to rise from her chair. If the Brante gentleman so wish it. Your hands clenching to face under the table. How can he bring himself to humiliate his own family, his own mother and sister like this? It is all grandfather's doing. Stefan could not even bring himself to embrace father without his permission. And yet they are noblemen, and they have the right to act this way. If there's any way this dinner can become even more unbearable, you do not want to see it. Yeah, this is messed up, Stefan. Honestly, like, how can you, like, you're doing this to your own family, man? Insult my brother. You step out of line and insult Stefan for what he's done. You try to act like nothing happened and make small talks. Stefan Brante, bad blood. So if we do this, we'll get bad blood with our brother. We could also just get like a lot of willpower, guys. But I don't know. I like nobility more, guys, but I do feel like this is what I would pick, honestly. You know what? Let's join Gloria. Let's get like more, You deliver from a moment and take the napkin off your lap and rise to join Gloria. A moment later, you hear the sound of another shape moving. Your mother joins you. The three of you now refill glasses, serve food, and clear away dishes. Sailor Bourne tries to make small talk with father, but in vain, so he focuses his attention on grandfather and Stefan. Grandfather is pleased to inform him of Stefan's achievements at the boarding school, especially his exemplary sword fighting skills. He constantly stresses the importance of your elder brother for the future of the family. You listen to him dispassionately as you continue serving new dishes to the table. As you wait at the nobleman's table, you, your sister, and mother have bumped into each other. Your labor is impeccable. Your grandfather could not have found fault with it even if he tried. Your shoulders and back are itching, but being a manservant inside your own house hurts even more. When the guest finally leaves, mother and Gloria embrace you with relief. You did not neglect your relatives and share their humiliation, and the composure that you have shown gave you new strength. Let's join our own we're gonna keep our family together, guys. And we have 30 willpower. So now we can do whatever we want. A drove handkerchief. Hot, dry, sweeps through the city from the Baron's land around it. The noble residents of Anisode prefer to remain in their chambers, while the commoners huddle in tents or in the shade of the silver tree. You are on an errand right now. Your father wrote a letter to a noble acquaintance, and you are to deliver it. Tomas, the boy down the street, is tagging along. The two of you are inseparable now. The errand is an easy one, so you decide to take this opportunity to loiter around the part of Anisode where the nobles live. So here you are, in the middle of the city square, resting on the ancient brickwork by the old fountain in the merciful shade of the gargantuan silver tree. Tomas is by your side, lazily slouching on the edge of the fountain basin. It's a hard life for commoners like you and me. Either you break your back in a workshop day and night, hoping someone will buy your goods someday, or you become a manservant to some noble. You never get a chance to enjoy life. This is your lot, you remind him. We work and endure and suffer, but Tomas waits your words away. Yeah, I know all that already. Mother keeps drilling that stuff into me. We must be humble. Our strength is patient and persistent. So yeah, I said, but I want to make my fortune no matter what. So how I ain't that living by my lot, I ask you. But the lot staying easy. Let's take you for example. Brante, your father's a nobleman. But even if that didn't make you one, just look at your hands. You never had to work as hard as me. But we have the same lot, so we're supposed to suffer the same? Or look at your father. He's a judge. He toils at the prefecture day and night, doing his judging, and he is a noble. I never seen an Archean work as hard as he does. You shrug. The Archeans are different race. The book says they were born to rule over humans. They are never commoners, always nobles of the sword by birth. They found the empire after subduing all the human kingdoms on the continent. Humans will never be their equals. Archnians are always better, smarter, stronger, and their skin is a noble shade of blue. If the books are to be believed, of course, you have never seen one yourself. Okay, so they're like... Okay guys, so for those ones who haven't seen One Piece has this guys called Celestial Dragons. To me, the Arctians, they sound exactly like the Celestial Dragons right now. For those ones who know, no. And for those ones who don't, I'd rather not give you spoilers, so yeah. Pretty much the Arcnians and the Celestial Dragons sound the same. They're always better than people, you know, and they get treated better than people. Your idle chatter is suddenly interrupted by by a rough-looking guardsman dressed in black and green. He chases you away from the fountain. Come and rabble like you have no place here. You hear the clattering of hoops and wheels against the cobblestones and see flags bearing a coat of arms. A sable serpent and a field of burr. It makes you squirm. It is the Archduke coat of arms, the Melanides dynasty. The carriage door opens, revealing a young lady in a luxury dress. You cannot look away from her. Those dainty shoulders suggested, but not revealed by the cut of her dress, her black hair cascading over them, her stainly slim silhouette, her pouty lips and prim nose, and those eyes, dark like the night sky. The way she moves fluidly, gracefully, and most incredible of all, her skin glows in a short blue. She is a masterpiece given life. She is an Archnean. Clear the way for me. The Melanides guardsmen work quickly to clear the way to the fountain for the Archnean lady. The searing sun dances on her skin in bizarre patterns. With one elegant motion, she reveals a handkerchief, then leans over the basin and wipes her head and neck with his cool water. Well, I'll be. That's Octavia Melanides, our Archduke's own daughter. The Archnean turns away and proceeds gracefully back to her carriage. You see something slip out of her hand and fall into the cobblestone right next to you. Her handkerchief. It is right there by your feet. Intricate craftsmanship, expensive woven fabric, delicately decorated with emerald filigree. Your heart skips a beat. Will you dare draw the beautiful Archnean's intentions in order to return her lost possession? Or would you rather not attempt to cross the chasm between you and her? We could give the handkerchief back to Octavia. That will means that she will remember us and matter of the heart. You walk to the Archnean lady to give her back the handkerchief she have dropped. Stash the trophy. We'll give friendship with Tomas. Quickly hide the trophy, planning to later. You watch the Archnean lady depart, trying to burn her every movement into your memory. Let's give it back. It takes a moment to overcome your fear. You follow the young lady Melanides and call out to her in a nervous voice. She turns around, her beautiful face marred by a puzzled expression. You extend the drop handkerchief towards her. Lady Octavia's face contorts into a sneer. She signs to the guardsman indifferently. A guardsman gauntlet-clad hand slaps you in the face. Oh my. It rings your head like a heavy bell. Your nose cracks obediently under the staggering force. Oh my god, why? What? The rest of you follow suit and you fall prone. You can discern the guardsman's voice through a painful dint in your ears. Should I take the handkerchief back, lady? After a commoner's hands have befouled it, let him whip himself with it for all I care. Okay. The carriage drives away. Tomas runs up to you and drags you back to the fountain. Your hair still ringing from the blow. The faithful handkerchief still crumble into your hand. Oh, we could read about the characters too. We'll do that at the end of the chapter, guys. Remembers you. The Archnean lady remembers you from the days of youth. Okay. Experience first love. You experience your first romantic feelings. And then, yeah. "12 years old now, you overhear an important conversation. It is a spring night, and Mother has just sent everyone to bed. You walk past Father's study and hear voices coming from beyond the door. Grandfather is yelling and father's replying quietly. The elder Brante men are fighting, arguing about the place of the commoners in the city. You sneak outside to avoid mother's attention and hide next to the open window of the study. Perhaps they'll mention you too. That low-life idiot had the gall to pay me a visit and beg me for some service. He had the insolence to ask me outright. He thought I was going to support his claim for the chairman's seat in the lesser quarrel. How dare he? Father, please listen. Mayor Ekman may be lowborn, but he carries a lot of clout in Magra. He owns 5 iron mines. A friend like him could be quite useful, should he become the chairman of the lesser quarrel. I don't give a damn who this Ekman is, Robert. What he is, whoever is lowborn. His law is humility and obedience. The likes of him can never rule anything. They're nothing but a flock of sheep that need a firm noble hand to guide them. I wasted so many years trying to squash that Quarren decree, but that accursed Cornelius Tempest did everything in his powers to make the Emperor sign that pathetic decree. And now even Lovelife can will power. True power, Robert. Just the right to discuss the site of the Archduke's tax, nothing more. That is only the beginning. What's next? Are they going to arm the lowlife now? Make them into judges? The Empire rejects the foundries and the laws. The entire edifice will crumble. Bah! Who am I telling you this to? It is already crumbled, and you, my son and heir, are harbinger of its destruction. Father, I'm begging you, I do not wish to marry a 3rd time. Lydia is a good wife and a dutiful mother to my children, if you will only allow her to. I will allow them nothing. Either Ekman nor that freeloading wench of yours. What would you want me to do next? Live by the laws of the lowborn? I can already see where this is going, and I'd rather run my own sword through my gut than live in a country where nobles and lowlife share the same rights. Well, buddy, we're never gonna see eye to eye. My only dream is to see the name of Brante in the blue book, but that dream will never come true. They will never call me Venerable El Brante, and it's all because of this marriage of yours. My only hope now is to hear Stefan addressed in such a manner one day. Thank the twins I didn't let you ruin the boy. He's about to grow up a true nobleman. His children will bear the name of El Brante. You have 2 more grandsons. Those spineless milksops from the common lot, they're incapable of anything. The best your middle son could do is sneak into the Imperial College and get a noble by the mantle, although I have doubts about even that. As for the downtrodden Nathan, I hold out no hope for him whatsoever. You heard grandfather's heavy footsteps, the tumbling of his cane and the slamming of the door. It's time to sneak back home before you're discovered. And that's fine. The school begins. You started studying at the school of Sir Tabor and began to master the science. A storm of expectations. Finally, the day comes when the teacher stops coming to the house. But before you can breathe a sigh of relief and put away the books, Father asks you to come to his study. You're grown, my son. It's time for you to continue your education away from home. I've chosen a servants' school for you. Sir Tivor's school for the children of noblemen and well of commoners. Naturally, it's not a boarding school for nobles, so you will study there during the day and come home in the evening. You share the news with your best friend Tomas. Sir Tivor's school, huh? Yeah, I gotta ask my parents to send me there too, as soon as they get their coin together. Father says his worship has toiled day and night for years to save up for my education. The school is based in an ancient state of Archean designs. The classrooms are tall and spacious, with massive benches, the sound scraping quills, and lectures on history and imperial law and theology echo under the vaulted ceiling. The rules are strict, the lessons tiring. Restless Tomas getting distracted, and several times he gets his hand slapped with a stick for it. Every teacher demands flawless mastery of their subject. Every day Father asks you about your studies. You have already told him twice how Magra joined the Empire, have the Noble's Court of Honors different from the Commoner's Civil Court in the city prefecture. But Father keeps pressuring you to work even harder. When it is time to go to bed, Mother will not let you go to sleep until you recite a newly learned prayer for her. And when it is time to go to school, you promise her every day that you will behave with great humility and still clear of insolent behaviors of any kind, for you still live by the commoner's lot, and that lot is hard work and suffering. Your first month in school draws to a close, and the teachers announce that there will be an exam at the end of the month to determine the best and the worst students in each subject. Father insists that you devote all your spare time to studying law and history if you wish to follow in his footsteps. But when you speak to Mother every day, you start considering theology. You will remember the revelations and divine visions that came to you in your earliest days. You have only one more day until the exam. You have locked yourself away in your room. It is already getting late. Your desk is covered with handwriting notes, surrounded by leather-bound books. Just looking at them makes you queasy, but you have to read them. You have to read through all of them again, at least for one of your subjects. There is a nagging too on your mind. Tomas ended up in big trouble the other day. He got in a fight with several boys who live next street. They hear about your wooden fortress and got in an outrage by the fortification built by commoners. They swore to dismantle it tonight. Tomas swore he would defend the fortress until the end. Perhaps you should abandon the books to rescue the friend in need. But then you hear your little brother Nathan knocking at the door. He stands there shyly, not saying a word. He often does that, standing still and staying speechless until either you speak first or he runs away. But this time he actually says something. The door is locked. Are you okay, Alexandros? Is there anything I can do to help? Your head's spinning. This is the last evening before the school exam. If you fail, your family will be very disappointed. You have to refresh your memory on law or theology, either one or the other. But Tomas and your four are about to storm. Why today of all days? You rang your team, rage in the thought. Nathan is by the door trying not to bother you. He wants to help you the only way he can, for reasons known only to him. Would you seek his help? Alright, let's click on this too. Alright, and then focus on law and study, and then we get friendship with our father. We get friendship with Tomas. We could get some friendship with Nathan. You intend to study books on the secular science. You sneak onto the house and run into your wooden floor. You put everything away and accept your brother's offer to help. You devote that little time you have left before the exam to study theological times. Yeah, let's do this. I want to get more spirituality, guys. You push Nathan out the room. He cannot possibly help you prepare for the exam. With him out the way, you delve into the books on theology. Your mind is swashed with names of saints and zealots and concept of the divine. Your study tires you out so much that you fall asleep among the books until your mother wakes you, gentle, and sends you up to bed. Come morning, you barely have time to wake up before you are walking to the menacing edifice of the school. The entire day is a constant stream of school subjects demanding knowledge, question, demanding answers. You demonstrate satisfactory knowledge of law and history, though you are somehow confused by the technicalities and chronological order. It feels like the day will never end, but the end does come at last. The theology exam, as luck would have it, it is the final test of the day. The teacher, a priest, starts asking you questions, surprising even yourself. You provide coherent answers for all of them. You quote eminent theologicals of why and how the lots of the clergy is to provide spiritual guidance to their states. When the questions require examples, you quote prayers and lives of saints you have read with Mother. You earn the highest grade on the exam. Nice! Back home, you are overjoyed to tell Mother how you aced the theology exam. She pats you on the head, gentle, and says you should tell Father how you did in history and law. Not that good, probably. Okay, let's start working on the spirituality, guys. Your education continues. As you start imperial law, you come to realize that there is a certain hierarchy even within the noble state. It seems your father's status is not quite equal to that of the more eminent humans and Archean gentry. You return home with this new information at your disposal. Father asks you about school after dinner, and as he always does. And what is the difference between nobles of the mantle and those of the sword, Alexandros? You already have an answer ready. The latter status is hereditary, meaning that it is passed down from father to son. After the Arnians, nobles of the swords are the most eminent humans in the empire. They own land and states. They fill offices of the highest ranks, and the names of their bloodlines are preserved within the Great Blue Book. Nobility of the sword can only be granted only by the overseer of the province or the emperor himself. And how are such eminent people addressed? With the honorific L before their last name, you respond. Sir Augustine L. Bourne, for example. Father pats you on the shoulder, please. And what about the Arnians and their status? What have you learned about them? The Arnians stand above all human gentry. They are born to rule over humans regardless of their titles. No L is required when addressing them. They need no honorifics, for the names of their ancient dynasties are known to all. Father nods somberly. Yes, we can never be their equals. Do whatever an Archean tells you and never defy them, ever. And what about grandfather and me? Where do we stand as nobles? That is easy. Father and grandfathers are nobles of the mantle. This title cannot be inherent, but it can be earned by any commoner as a reward for great service to the empire in the legion or as a civil servant. Father suddenly grows quiet and looks you in the eye intently. Yes, and someday you will earn noble title too, son. All in due time. Sir Tiber's school teaches children of all stripe. Nobles of the mantle and low-born parents can send their sons here, and every passing day, the children of noblemen invent new ways to snub and bully the commoners. Most of the time, the bully leading them is Derek, the son of the secretary for the city hall and a self-important Slav. The sons of the noblemen never picks on you. However, they know that your father has been ennobled by the mantle. However, Derek and his retinue soon choose Tomas as their favorite victim. Time and time again, you ask your friend not to pay them any mind, but again and again, Tomas grows angry and snaps at their self-satisfied mockery. It is early morning. The students are busy flocking to the classroom for the next lesson. You wave Tomas over when you see him. He waves back at you, and in a bucket full of slough splashes on him. My God. Needlessly to say, it is the work of Derek and his entourage. You hear his family creak laughter. The tailor's son stinks. How dare he sit next to decent folks? Tomas clenches his fists. You're dead, Derek! Yeah, absolutely, man. He throws himself at Derek Hoste entourage like a soldier ready to wage war. He attacks them first. This is just what they expected, and they are free to retaliate. He barely makes one move before 4 pairs of hands grabs him at once. Derek sneers and kicks your friend in the belly. Tomas gasps for air and starts coughing. You stand between them and Derek, as Derek readies another kick. The nobleman's son cocks an eyebrow. Why did you mingle with commoners? He asks. Your father's a noble of the mantle. You ought to be friends with your own kind, your equals, not the dirt beneath your feet. Behind him, 4 boys hold Tomas down as he struggles furiously. The other students are watching you, frozen in fear. Derek Hosty extends a hand to you. He clearly expects you to shake it. What would you do? Oh my goodness, I would not gonna shake your hand. You ask. Nobility, you challenge the nobleman's sons to single combat. Honestly, I do like the options of the nobility. I just don't like the kind of people that a lot of the nobles are. That's the problem. Turn him over to the teachers. You seek the school authorities on Derek and his returning. Admonish the nobleman's son. The children of parents who have been ennobled by the mantle still bear the commoner's lot. I mean, I don't know if this will help, but yeah. He's right. Being friends with the sons of nobles can benefit your family. Yeah, reputation is ass, honestly. Uh, it will help. It will give us friendship with our dad. Not with Tomas, but with our dad. And I think we're gonna go for more spirituality, guys. Yeah, let's just tell them that they belong to the commoner's lot. I don't know if that will do anything. I care about the spirituality, guys, because of the fact that I am quite intrigued by the twins in the game. I am quite intrigued by them. You make a speech, not to lead bully, not to the lead bully himself, but rather to his retinue. How come Darius keeps himself fit to instigate fights? His family may be higher in rank, but like everyone else here, he has yet to take the nobleman's sacrament himself. The nobleman lot is not yet his, so he is not yet to fight or rule, nor are any of you. The twin gods are ever watched over us, you add, and they are ever vigilant. Do you dare to defy their will? The Eric tries to retort. They've broken no laws, he says. All they've done is teach commoners the meaning of suffering. You call upon the knowledge gained from your theology lessons and easily pick his argument apart. Yeah, we're freaking, yeah, bro. Like we're over religious person, man. We're freaking priests. Every man's first duty is to follow his lot, and the Eric and his friends lack the humility to accept that they are not yet true nobles. Yes. The hands holding Thomas down grow weak. There is a whisper among the students around you. You're right. The twins are always watching how we follow the lots. The Eric's retinue quickly dissolves in embarrassment. He furiously orders them to come back and join his cause, but his exhortations are all in vain. The other boys are clearly impressed by your words. The noble children will think twice before acting again. Yeah, you cannot define the gods, punks. Sure. Yes. I don't know if we're gonna be able to be blessed by the gods, guys, but like, I will try to get like a lot of spirituality. We're so close to the end already, like, this is going so fast. This is what I wanted. You guys will see. Your theology teachers tell you more about Nisode. It is more than just the provincial capital. It is also a sacred place played by the gods. It is where the twin gods' first disciples spilled their blood, and from that blood grew the sacred silver tree. Its enormous foliage hangs over the city. You cannot see his branch in the sky every day, but you have never approached the trunk of the tree yourself. Today, you will be taking your first trip to the silver tree. Your class is visiting a service in the great temple by the tree's very roots. Thanks to your theology teacher, you and the other students will witness the landmark of the twins. Events up close. Everybody's excited. Soon you and the other boys enter the slums surrounding the church district of Anisode. The roots are pulsating under your feet. They spread underground all through the area. Pathetic, cramped hovels and 50 streets surround the trunk of the tree. They are home to paupers, day laborers and preachers. The people of the district bow humbly to you and point you towards the temple. They seem at peace despite the abject poverty in which they live. All who live directly beneath the tree are filled with his divine grace. Your teacher says, people come here to make peace with the war and their fate in it. Your class is unusually quiet. Everyone is listening to the rustling of the leaves and the underground beating of the roots. The sky above you is obscured by the tree canopy. You find the temple of the twins god right next to the tremendous trunk of the tree. It almost seems part of it. There's a crowd there, pilgrims dressed in traveling clothes, paupers and beggars, common people of the city and the occasional well-dressed noble. There are arguments among Some people who are gathered in separate small groups. Many people are wandering around, staring upward at the tree branches. The tree impresses you with his might and the calm emanating from it. You are filled with a desire to sit down and think of the war, to learn something about yourself, to touch the silver white bark and hearken to the whispering leaves. You are distracted enough to fall back from the rest of your classmates. You notice a small path. It should take you right next to the trunk. A tall red-haired woman walks out of the crowd of pilgrims. She's wearing a worn white robe. She's no longer young, but her face is youthful and covered in freckles. Her hands clutch a book. You have never seen this lady pilgrim before, yet she looks at you almost as she has recognized a lifelong friend. She beckons to you and says her name, Matilde. A preacher from Astynia. What she says next shakes to your very core. It is commendable to see a young man so keen to learn the teachings of the twins, she says. Yet you will never follow the light of truth within the walls of the temple. Inside you will find only lies about the lots. The erring words of prophet is sanctified by the passage of centuries. Yet anyone who sets out to read the accounts of the twins' own lives knows that they never so much as mention the lots. The red-haired preacher's words frighten you. They clash with everything you have heard from mother, everything you have been taught at school. The lots are a lie? You freeze in fear. Should you argue with Matilda or answer for more information? Or should you treat her as a mad woman and catch up with your classmate? You suddenly feel a small, warm hand grasp your own. You see a girl next to you. She's just a little older than you, wearing a black dress, threadable yet almost spotless. Her hair is covered by a handkerchief, with only a single golden lock showing. Her brown eyes are burning with rage, her hand pulling you away from the red-haired preacher. You stare in confusion at the strange young girl, your cheeks flushed by the sudden touch. There is just a bit of color on her cheeks too, but then she starts speaking to you, quite quickly. Don't listen to her. She's dangerous. Come to the temple with me. Only there will you see the truth. You stand there surrounded by the crowd of praying pilgrims, and the sound of shrugging feet torn between two people you have never seen before, and each of them expects you to follow her. But all while you hear the whisperings of the wind in the tree's branch, the branches reach out for you, almost as if the tree wished to speak to you itself. Can you hear his voice? Wow, okay. We could follow the girl into the temple. If we do that, we'll get matters of the heart again, which, I don't know if that's important or not. Gene acquaintance +1. What truth would you learn inside the temple? Stay with the red-haired pilgrim will give us a spirituality. This is not gonna give us spirituality, so that kinda sucks. What else does she have to say? Then or... Oh, this also gives us spirituality. Acquaintance. So this doesn't give us friendship, but it will give us acquaintance. You open yourself to the tree and listen to it as it speaks. Yeah, you know what? Let's get to the revelation of the tree. And 3 spirituality. You step away from the girl in black and the woman in white. Your eyes transfixed by the tremendous towering trunk of the tree. For some odd reason you recall Mother's anthem, with the ant's heart at work inside and her face as she explained his law. It is a fleeting distant memory, a child realizing about the workings of the world at large. And at this very moment, you see yourself and all the people for the ants they are. For the ants they are. You cannot look away from the tree. The people around you begin to fade away. Their voices melt together and disappear. The world that surrounds you falls frozen and still now. The slow swaying of the rustling branches is all there is. The branches catches you and raise you up. You soar in the air higher and higher along the trunk of the silver tree. The branches, the leaves, the lights blinding, Their light holds you up and embraces you. Wow! And at this moment you realize something as clear as the daylight beating down on you from high above. This tree is divine. There is no doubt left in you. The tree was planted by the twin gods and live in this land, an ever-living proof and mark of the twins' existence. And the tree speaks to you, speaks in a language you understand, in the language you learned long before you were born. It speaks of soothing love and of crystal clear law, and of love and law, intertwining to bring the miracle of life to you. From this high up, you can clearly see all of the land below. From here you see the entire empire embroidered with a shining thread of province illuminated by the twins' presence. It takes you but a moment to finally realize what the teachers have been talking about all this time. The fates and lots of the people, the workings of life and the empire. It was all created and arranged by the twins, and absolutely everything bears their mark, their design and inspiration. And it is in this war that you were giving life. Somehow the tree seems to realize that the revelation is now fully within you. He gently lowers you back down to the ground. Wait, was this thing actually happening like in front of everybody? Like I was just getting lifted up by the tree? You glide down between the glowing branches illuminated by what you have just seen. You spoke to them. You come back to your senses. You're still standing by the tree, firmly rooted to the ground. The branches release you, and you are once again aware of the pilgrims, prayers, and the noise of the crowd. The young girl in black staring at you, she's clearly agitated. My uncle's a priest, and he told me the twins can choose to speak with you through the tree, but I never seen it happen before. Jean starts asking you questions. She wants you to tell her what you just experienced, but you cannot speak. It's so difficult to see the temple's familiar interior again, to see the district around it and the sky above. The memory of the sight from atop the silver tree now gleams in your mind. I just hope you'll share your revelation with me someday. Don't worry, I'll get it. My name is Jeannie. I'm an acolyte. I'll work in the temple. I help my uncle clean the grounds and cook for the poor. And I also greet the worshippers. That's pretty nice. People come here all the time. Many are lost and they don't know where to go. Once they're inside, but nobody should feel lost in this place. The temple is for all the states. But then you hear that your theology teacher calling you. It's time for your class to return to the school. Before you leave, Jean suddenly takes your hand. You can't help but blush. Please listen to me. Few people ever see these things. The twins, they were speaking to you and you hear them. It's a sign. You should become a priest. You'll be guiding those who cannot hear the twins. You'll be helping their souls find the way to the top of the pillar. It's the most honorable calling in the world. The most honorable, I see. You say goodbye to the young acolyte. Yet as you return to your ordinary life, Jean's will remain your memory from that day forward. By the will of the twins, you were destined to meet. Nice! Alright, we're almost at 4, guys. Like, we're gonna... Revelation of the tree and Epiphany. We got like an achievement for the revelation of the tree. You experience a revelation by the sacred silver tree. Yes, we're awesome. Another school day has ended. You are making your way home, still mulling over the things you learned from your teachers. The founding of the empire, the eternal and unshakable rule of a single dynasty, the 3 states, each with its own right. What an odd sort of order the world has, and yet so mysterious. At least it sounds that way when your teachers talk about it. Mother's waiting for you on the porch. She smiles gently while she sees you, and yet her expression still shows great concern. Father left on a trip to several distant migrant towns a few days ago. Since then, Mother has been trying to tell you something, but she seems uncertain. Son, could you put your things away and come pray with me? You join mother in prayer to the twins. She prays with fervent sincerely, her head bowed low, reciting the words of obedience to them and their greater design in a barely audible whisper. You repeat after her, just as she has taught you ever since you were a little boy. When the prayer ends, mother sighs and turns to you. Alexandros, my son, you are 13 now. You'll be grown soon. It's time you learn about certain things that are important to our family. Difficult things. It's about your father and me. About our marriage. You gaze curiously into mother's eyes. I'm sure you wondered about this before. Your father's a nobleman of the mantle, so how could he marry a commoner with another man's child? But you see, Alexandros, your father, when his first wife Amelia Elborn died, it was a painful blow to him. He lost the will to live, lost all purpose. He felt like his own destiny was cut short that day as well. And then he met me. You know the troubles I had in the past. I went to the prefecture as a petitioner to ask them for help, protection, justice. When I was a young girl, I worked at a small shop that sold crockery and dishes. A nobleman took a liking to me, made his name be forever forgotten. The twins know I was humble and honored his lot to rule, but he took me by force. Mother falls silent, summoning the courage to continue. Glory is that nobleman's daughter, but he was outraged. How could I have the gall to burden him with low-born progeny? He turned me on the streets with that little baby girl in my arms. Mother's voice shaking now. You take her hand tenderly. I have no home, no honor, nowhere to go, no one to help me. When I went to the prefecture, I didn't really think the justice there would help me find justice against my former master. But when Sir Robert heard my plea, his eyes met mine, and I believe that at that very moment, the twins themselves grant him the gift of their love. Your father told me that there was nothing he could do to make that detestable nobleman marry me, but he would never abandon me and baby Gloria. And if I agreed, he would take me to his own home. Tears are running down mother's cheek. And I knew it, my son. I knew how much his honor and reputation will suffer. But caring for me brought him back to life. It's like he experienced another sacrament. He rediscovered his noble purpose, his lot to rule and protect and care for others. But his decision to marry me, he's still paying for it today. Your father had the courage to defy your grandfather, the family of his bloodline. If only you knew how much he had to endure, my son. If only you knew the despicable rumors we hear about the Brantes all over Anisode. It was only thanks to the efforts of Sir Gregor that the Brante bloodline managed to hang up to what little remains of his reputation. And now the noble families have all but forgotten about that scandal. Dang the twins. Mother falls silent. She looks at you intently. Do you understand what she's telling you? My son, I'm not telling you this just to share the pain of my past. I have no reason to complain. Even Sir Gregor has accepted me through gritted teeth. But you need to understand the heavy burden that our family must bear, including a scandalous marriage and Gloria's full origin. And Gloria, she can never be a Brante. And if the elder Brantes agree, the news will steer this whole scandal in the minds of high society. And if that were to happen, Alexandros, they would even see your birth as illegitimate. Mother sighs slightly. What I told you just now is something you have to know, son. You're about to enter an adult life. By my lot, I must be humble. I cannot tell you how to treat your family. But may I ask you a question? Now that you know all this, do you still see Gloria as your sister? Okay, honestly, like, reputation? The reputation of the families and just because she didn't born just because she didn't born out of like a nobleman's blood, I do kind of find that to be. My apologies for my language, but I do find that to be bullshit. I am quite pissed off about how I would not consider Gloria my own sister. Let's see the choices. I said Gloria is your sister. Regardless of her origins, Gloria will always be your family. Yeah. This is so messed up. It does give us nobility, but... What is good for the family is good for you. You will be more wary when dealing with Gloria from now on. I mean, this is not like, okay, we could say this, guys, but we could still treat our sister with respect, because this is like as long as we have less than 3 friendship with Gloria, we could have this and just get the nobility. It is mean, but I do want to get like more noble points. It will hurt Gloria and Lydia, but we have pretty good friendship with like. I think we have like good friendship with like our mother. So let's distance ourselves from our sisters and like be more wary from her. But I am not going to like stick to it. Just stand up straight and softly and polite, thank mother for her warning. From this point on, you will be more wary and prudent when it comes to Gloria. You are not a noble yet, but you're still responsible for the family reputation. I do not care for the reputation. Like, I care, I do want to get more points, but there's reasons to that, guys. You understand very well that internal family matters could drag the family into dishonor at any moment. Mother's eyes full with sorrow and understanding. That's right, Alexandros. You're right to put your family first. It is your duty to carry on the bloodline after all. No matter what happens to me or Gloria, I will always be grateful to this home for everything it has given us. Oh man, yeah, like I hate being the bad guy, but yes, just then you hear Gloria carefully knock at the door of Mother's chamber. Mother, Alexandros, I couldn't find you. You got her off. You and Mother are discussing something important. Gloria should wait until you are done. Why, Alexandros? You're growing up quickly. You learned that from your elder brother or grandfather, perhaps. Gloria snaps back at you, but still does as she's told and leaves. With a sigh, Mother gives you a kiss on the forehead and returns to her prayers. When you leave, Mother remains alone by her bedside, thanking the twins for the gift of humility, with a quiet player. I am so sorry! Okay, we got one nobility. Oh my god. My heart, man. You are 13 now. Another theology lesson today's sermon's about the priest and why the clergy is the only one of the 3 states with the right to interpret the laws, and guide the other 2 states accordingly. Tomas sits next to you, huffing and puffing as he fervently writes down the teacher's every word. But you hear all this from Mother many times before, so you take this moment to daydream a little. Father promised to take you to the capital once your studies are complete. But the teacher suddenly casts a stern look around the lecture halls and raises his voice at one of your classmates. A boy by the name of Brian jumps out of his seat. The teacher asks him to repeat what he had just said. Brian freezes and seems to shrink. He tries to muster a reply, but nothing comes out. The class becomes agitated. Someone's about to get punished. The teacher now looms over Brian. The boy's cheeks are flushed and his eyes are covered in tears. You all watch the teacher's iron-bound book as he raises in sharp about to strike. Brian shrieks and raises a hand in front of him. A sudden flash, the teacher screams and buries his face in his arms. His hair is ablaze and his skin is covered in horrible burns. What? It's magic, real magic, just like in the books about the Magre Rebellion. The class freezes in shock. There's a dull dust as the iron-bound book falls to the floor. Brian's hysterical laughter rends the silence. He stands up from his bench. from his bench, fire in his eyes and sparks on his fingertip. The flash and the flame. Okay. I forget to read the titles, guys. I'm sorry. There are screams now. Students run for the door. The teachers try to extinguish his burning hair. Brian snaps his fingers, and the book of Isatis on the desk turns into pillars of flame. He laughs and raises his arms, and the curtains catch fire. The screams grow louder as the firehouse. Brian's face is tense and violent. His mouth spewing flames, his whole body shaking with laughter. He steps towards the door. You and Tomas glance at each other. He's going to burn the whole school down! Your friend's determination makes you brave. You run behind Brian and knock him off his feet. You both tumble to the floor, even though his clothes, his body sears. Even through his clothes, his body sears your flesh. Brian still convulses and grabs Tomas by the shoulder with his burning hands. Tomas howls but stays put, then knocks Brian senseless with several fierce blows to the head. Good job, Tomas. My thanks, man. There are servants fussing around the room now. They put out the fire and take away the t-shirt, his body covered in harbor burns. You and Tomas remain next to Brian, who's lying on the floor silent. Soon, 3 men in black clothes enter the doors of the school, each bearing an edict sealed with silver, the Inquisition. You and Tomas are told to step away from the witch. They lock Brian's neck with a silver collar and take him away. One of the Inquisition remains behind to tell all the students what happened. That was magic, he explains. The ungodly power that twists the minds of men into a savage instrument of murder. Only the sacred shackles of silver can hold it at bay. Only the power of the twins can save us all from his evil grasp. The next day you are forbidden from ever mentioning Brian's name again. He is no more. Okay. A great day looms ahead. 100 years ago, Uther Tempest was anointed to rule over the Empire. Led by the twins themselves, the Emperor's reign continues into his second century. Celebration in honor of the Tempest dynasty are held through the city, and the school is closed for 2 weeks because of that. Oh, vacation. On one of those evenings, Father tells everyone that grandfather is going to bring Stefan back home from the holiday. They say families should celebrate the day of anointment together. You could benefit from your eldest brother's company with his noble education. Stefan might be able to teach you how noblemen are supposed to act. Soon Stefan arrives. He now handles himself differently. When it comes to ordering servants around and ignoring Gloria, he's still grandfather's double. But he's more grown up now and far less haughty at you. It is dark winter evening, and a damn cold wind swamps through the city from the barren lands of Magra. You and Stefan are sitting in the library. He's telling you all about Eterna, the capital of the Empire. It is full of so many wonders. The Imperial Palace, the enormous Temple of the Twins, the Military Academy and Imperial College. You have read so much about these places, yet he has seen them firsthand. Nathan enters the library. He looks concerned. I can't find Gloria. I look everywhere. She's not in the attic, not in the sitting room, not in the kitchen. I heard she wanted to sneak off to the ruins of Charmilanides Palace. She could be lost in there. You and Stefan exchange looks. Charmilanides, the rebellious Duke? The ruins of his palace are a dangerous place. Some children claim his tainted magic still lingers there, which means you absolutely have to make your way there and back again to prove you are not afraid of the long-dead witch. Your brother tells you to wait. He leaves and soon returns with his sword and on his sheath. Get ready, Alexandros. We're going to rescue Gloria. She must go to the ruins in search of inspiration for another one of her little rhymes. The two of you instruct Nathan to tell your parents you've gone for a walk in the square. You and your elder brother head outside. You are confused by Stefan's actions. He refuses to treat Gloria like a human being. So why is he still so determined to rescue her? Stefan notices your expression. Are you wondering what I care about Glory all of a sudden? I can't act in any other way, can I? The law of honor compels me to protect my family. Glory will never be a Brante. But Father still took her into our house. I must respect his seniority. And defend Gloria like she's one of us, one of our own. You are Brante too, noble or not, which means it is your duty to aid me. Okay. The ruins of Charmy Lanida's palace span an entire district. The palace was abandoned centuries ago, and its remains are overgrown with thick underbrush. The ruined palace is empty, nothing but cold wind blowing over covering brickwork. Even the worst scum of the land stirs clear of this place. You make your way through the ruins until you spot scattered sheets of paper covered in writing. Your sister writing. You hear loud laughter coming from behind a dilapidated stone wall nearby. You pull yourself to peer over it. Gloria is lying on the ground face down, twitching and sobbing. A gaggle of drunk young thoughts around her, cackling and swinging their arms about. You hear their shouts. Look at the lass sitting here writing words together. She thinks she's all noble, but don't you worry, you low-born tar. We're gonna teach you your place. One of the laughs spits at Gloria, like as she lies there. Get away from her this instant, you bastards, or I'll speed your guts. They respond with mocking laughter. Stefan draws his sword. The street dogs recoil in fear, but they soon notice that he's only one-armed man against many. They start reaching out for sticks and stones. Stay by my side. Don't let them flank me. Stefan's hand shakes, but he looks ready for battle. He's a number for a moment. You hesitate. Perhaps it might be better to run for the nearby district and call for guards. The young thugs are already armed with makeshift weapons. They start approaching you and Stefan cautiously. Charge at the... Okay. You grab the heaviest rock you can find and get ready to fight. You leave the fighting to Stefan and run for help. Let's do this. It will give us nobility. It will cost us willpower. Oh, that gives us 2 friendship with Stefan. Wait, that's kinda good. You leave the fighting to Stefan and run for help. This gives us ingenuity, but like, I think I want to get more nobility. You grab the heaviest rock you can find and get ready to fight. You get busy defending Stefan while his sword does the attacking. You leave the fighting to Stefan and run for help. Alright, let's follow our brother's orders. Let's fight with him. Stefan Fern's voice fills you with confidence. You follow your noble's brother's orders. He takes a moment to grab a stick, and then you're at Stefan's back, angrily swinging at the louds as they try to bring him down. One of the loudest lunges at your brother with a stone, but you hit him with the stick, and he falls down right at Stefan's feet. His sword flashes the blade, sinks deep into the young man's stomach. Good. He whistles, blood starts pouring into the ground. The dogs freeze. Stefan pulls the sword out, his face an inscrutable mask, and returns to his fighting stance. You are stunned to see Stefan take another man's life so easily and effortlessly, like picking his own teeth. The dogs look like they are about to flee. There is a rage and confusion on their faces. They never expected the young nobleman to use that sword. Stefan just scoffs at them. Low-born scum, that's all you are. This is the only language you understand. Good job, brother. Brother, Gloria, get up. We're going home. He turns to glance at your sister, giving the enraged dogs just enough time to rush you. You get separated from Stefan. Your back is against the wall now. They hit you hard in the stomach, then the face, then the side of the head. Then your mind slips away. When the darkness disperses, you find yourself lying in your bed. Stefan is in the armchair next to you reading a book. He's alive. He is alive with love forming a sling and a black eye, but still alive. Your head's spinning and you feel nauseous. You try your best to sit up. Stefan looks up from the book. Don't try to get up. You lost a lot of blood. I suppose that was a few talks too many for a single warrior, even we could back up. I'm impressed. It felt like an army. The noble orders, the commoners obeys, all according to our laws. We defended the family's honor together. You know, brother, the nobleman law is also a great burden that few are able to bear. It takes courage not to fight everything you see, but to do your duty. Each and every decision a nobleman makes becomes a part of his family legacy, flowing in the blood dyed forever. I think about it often. A noble mustn't act weak. A noble mustn't suffer like people of the lower lot. A noble must rule over them wisely. A noble must ensure that they have work to do. It's not merely your own lot you have to look after. You have to ensure that 1,000 others can live by the law as well. And there are so many more matters to take care of. Honor, dignity, tradition, this stuff. But it's what it takes to be a nobleman. Do you understand what I'm talking about? I do. I mean, as personally I do. Not every nobleman is a bad person, but there's too many bad noblemen in the world that I don't think it's going to be our lot, guys. There is approval in your brother's eyes for the first time in a long while. It was a pleasure to fight side by side, brother. Honorable. Yeah. We need more spirituality. That's what we need, guys. Before long, the entire city hears how a gang of lone-born thugs assaulted Stefan Brante. Grandfather ensures that the brash young men are found. Some of them are taken into custody as soon as lesser death releases them. Grandfather seeks vengeance on those who hurt his favorite grandson. Prefect Gilborn, a friend of your family, promised to personally oversee the trial and ensure that justice is served. Stefan and Grandfather decide to stay in Anisode until the trial ends. Grandfather demands true death for every single assailant. You ask Father to explain something. How can a legal court sentence criminals to true death? How can worldly judgment overrule the twins' law? Your words are true, my son. The law is second to none. Yet the twin gods also made the empire on all his ways. The court of laws exists to execute the laws of heaven here in the world. Should the court of law sentence a person to death, the law high above will always enforce it. And so every execution brings true death. Wow, okay. So like if you get executed, you just lose your 4 lives. The commoners who assaulted Stefan, a born nobleman, have committed a great offense. There is no doubt about that, and yet accordingly to the Emperor's decree, even commoners have the right to defend themselves when they are about to face true death. This means that all of us will have to appear at the trial and testify before the court. Evening comes. Gloria visits your room. She looks crestfallen, and her fingers keep reaching for her long hair. You put away your school books and ask what is bothering her. The trial is tomorrow. I thought I was going to appear there too as an eyewitness. After all, this whole mess started because of me. But Sir Robert isn't even going to mention that I was there. Can't you imagine? He says he would ruin the case. Why am I always in the way? Nobody ever mentions me. Nobody has to listen to me. It's like I don't even exist. And I thought Stefan standing up for me finally meant something. Maybe I will become part of the family, but no. Everything is back to usual now. Gloria tries her best to hold back her tears. You do your best to comfort her. Father just needs to keep the family out of trouble. If Sir Robert believes that I'm only bringing trouble, why did he take me into the house at all? Gloria runs away. You return to your books, but you can't help but get lost in thought. What if they told the court you weren't there either? How would you feel then? There is a knock at the door. It is Father. He closes the door behind and sits next to you. There is an exhausted look about him. Son, you'll be testifying before the court tomorrow. Please remember what I'm about to tell you. Gloria wasn't at the ruins at all. You went there with your brother to inspect this historical site. The low-born man insulted Stefan first and in attacking him. Stefan had managed to deal with the silence on his own by the time the guards intervene. Gloria will cast suspicion on the case. If we mention her very existence to the court, the reputation of the family will suffer. Your grandfather will never forgive me if that happens. Do not let me down. We're all counting on you. You recall the night of the fight like it was a moment ago. Gloria sprawled under the feet of those crawling thugs. Her poetry, her greatest treasure, scattered over the ground. She thinks she's all noble. Those were the words they spat down on her, but doesn't grandfather mean the same thing when he denies that she's part of the family? But if you do that, if you do what father tells you, the trial will end quickly. Those commoners will face your death for assaulting a noble. You mentioned Gloria, things will get complicated and you cannot predict how the trial will end. Which is more important to you, what is right or what is just? We could lie to father. You agree with father, but you will tell. You agree with father, but you will tell the truth later. I don't wanna get minus friendship with like our dad. Oh, I feel so bad. Okay, let's support father. Like our reputation is too low, guys. You nod in agreement. You will follow the family's plan for the trial. A faint smile appears on father's petite face. Thank you, son. This is an important case for the family, and for me as well. I appreciate your support. The day comes, the trial takes place in the lesser hall of the city, prefecture. Cyril Bourne himself presides as the judge. You are seated next to father and Stefan. You testify to the court, one after another. You echo your brother's testimony to the letter. The young commoners insulted you as you were both walking by the ruins. Then they assaulted you. Stefan defended you. The lives of the dogs are forfeit. Cyril Bourne rises to deliver the sentence. The court of Anisode judges you guilty for assaulting Stefan Brante, a nobleman. All four defendants are sentenced to dread by hanging. There is no pain, but you feel a gust sweep through the hall. The defendants turn pale. Their mothers are bawling and crying. Everybody in the court feels the dreadful power of the law, and it is stern and just. That very power has been invoked by this sentence, and by that very sentence the life of the four young men are literally forfeit for all eternity. The gallows awaits. Stefan and grandfather stand in the front row. The walk creaks, the trapdoors open under the young men's feet, they dangle in the air, whistling and reaching out for the support with their feet in the final moments. Father lets out an inaudible sigh of relief. It is all over now. When Gloria comes back home the day after, she refuses to eat dinner and locks herself in her room. Before she leaves, however, you notice a scratch on her face, and her hair is this D-level. I can't say that. I don't know how to say that, guys. I'm sorry. This is a bell. You go to her room and knock at the door, but she will not open. Then she finally replies, "She has already gone to bed, and you should leave." You do the right thing during the trial. Your sister's still being bullied. No one knows she has a family to defend her, and Gloria does not want to be defended now. Those four commoners saw no mercy. Their lives ending for assaulting a nobleman. What do you seek to prove with this, and to whom? What's the word to the end? We're getting close, guys. As Stefan leaves soon after the trial alone, grandfather does not go with him. For the first time in a long while, he lingers in the house for more than a fortnight. Father says Sir Gregor's ill and needs rest. Several months go, and he becomes ill, then grandfather will not recover. The eldest Brante is mostly bedridden now. On some days he has trouble recognizing people. When he means to address you or Nathan, he calls you Robert, your father's name. But when he does get out of the bed, the house grows empty. The servants hides. Mother locks herself in her chambers. You and Nathan run outside, hide while in your rooms. If grandfather sees anyone in the hallway, he begins lamenting. Oh, nobody hits the laws any longer. Any hard lord with a child can marry a nobleman these days. Children have no respect. His son betrayed him and let him down. Oh, how the Brante family has lost its honor. And again you hear grandfather knocking at mother's door, screaming that it is all her fault. He blames her for ruining his chances to find bliss in the hereafter. He blames her for dooming him to suffer at the foot of the pillar. You overheard your parents talking one night. Mother begs father to move Sir Gregor to his old home and spare the children his decline. Father refused her outright. It is late at night. The hot, dry winds are coming. My God, he looks awful. The house is empty save for you. Nathan, Gloria, mother, and grandfather on his bed. Father has left for the capital on business. You are engrossed in the history of the empire, snapping out of on your reverie only when the clock strikes midnight. You blow off the candle and get ready for bed. You hear the shuffling of heavy feet outside your door. You see the lying hallway. Grandfather, what could he want in the middle of the night? You peek into the hallway once he's passed. Grandfather's figure always sways as he heads for the door to mother's chamber. He opens the door and walks in. You hear him saying something quietly. Your unease is stronger than your fear now. You sneak closer to hear his words. You foul commoner! I need to. I have to cleanse my sins. I have to save my soul. You are my greatest sin. You and what you have done to Robert and this family. I should have put a stop to this marriage. I should have stopped Robert from tainting this house by your presence. Why? Why didn't I do it? Please, Sir Brante, I beg of you. Silence! You will do my bidding. Fire will cleanse all over and fill from this place. Fire! Fire and flame will free Robert from this disgrace. This is for my son's sake. For my son's sake. For my sake. I need to eradicate this lone-born Phil. The twins. They are calling for me now. I can feel it. I can feel it. I beg of you, please have mercy. Mother begins to cry. You run into the room, unable to stay out of this any longer. Grandfather's gaunt figure lumps over mother's bed, a little lamb in his hand. Mother sprawled out of the bed, crying. Please, just let me warn the children. I beg of you, Sir Brante. Your steps are loud enough to be heard. Grandfather turns to look at you. Stay out of this, Alexandros. Be useful for once. Worldly matters concerns me no longer. I see only my sins now. And a sinner I am. A sinner. The twins will forgive no one. They will judge me by the pillar. I must do something. I don't want to suffer for eternity. Go away. Mother's crying. Grandfather's still looming. Grandfather's still leaning over the bed, drilling to madness. His hand shakes as he closes the old lamp. His eyes shines in the dark. He truly believes this has to be done. You are suddenly torn. What if he's right? What if that is the only way for his soul to find salvation? There is no going back now. You have but a moment to act. Run away to rescue. Run away to rescue Nathan and Gloria. We'll lose one well in genuine spirituality. The stop grandfather will get nobility in genuinely. You run away to wake up your siblings and rescue them from what is to come. Nobility in genuinely -5 willpower. Gregor Brante true dead. Gregor Brante true dead. Gregor Brante. Okay, he'll die no matter what. Let it all happens. Nobility 1, ingenuity 1, spirituality +2, +1 dead. This gave us true spirituality though. Oh my god. Let it all happen, says grandfather, which you run away to wake up your siblings and rescue them from what is to happen. You run to mother's side and snatch the lamb out of grandfather's hand before getting started a fire. Yeah, he's crazy. But even though he's crazy, this choice gives us so much stuff, and we are overly zealot at the moment because we want to find Like, we want to find more reasons to. We want to find more spirituality, guys. Grandfather wishes to purge his sins. He had the right to do so, even if it costs us your lives. Oh, you know what? Let the fire extinguish everything, everyone. We are Alexandros is an overzealous person, and we have multiple deaths anyway. We're gonna be using this for all this for 4 points, like for like better stats. Mother has always taught us to believe in the twins, and by the right, we're believing on the twins. We're believing on their words. We're believing to reach the twins, guys. You drop your hands and as the grieving heart's father's eyes pierces your heart. He's staring through death in the face. Those who grew old do not return from the hereafter. What fates await him there? The nobleman's lot is to rule, but his helpless inability to fulfill his lot, winning his own family no less, is causing him so much suffering. You look at grandfather's face lit by the lamp, restored by unyielding wrath. His force of his will astounds you. Even if he's using his to choose his own demise, to submit to this will is your duty. It is the duty of every single person in the house. You cannot deny him. The lamp smashes against the floor, the carpets, the curtains, the wall. He takes a moment for the flames to engulf the entire room. Grandfather hands go up as he intones a loud prayer to the twins. You have known these words all your life, but never have they sounded so solemn. His eyes look away, high above. His face is still mass reflected in the flickering flames. He smiles. You take mother's hand. She's crying and shaking violently, yet she will not run. She knows it too. It is her duty to stay here. There is only one thing you can do for her, and so you recite a prayer to her, slow as you can, again and again and again, until the acid smoke finally fills your lung and takes your breath away. Glory and Nathan are fall asleep, so they will perish before the fire seizes them. This is your final thought before a lesser death claims you. Oh my god, guys! Give me a second. You fall into the pain that embraces you like a soft feather bed. You feel light, free, there are no restraints, just a warm glow that envelops you in his secure embrace. The waves carry you, their touch is soft, they delicate and shroud what was once your body. It is feeling unlike anything you have ever experienced before. Something absolute and complete. You touch something greater, the reason behind everything, the reason for your very existence. You were sculpted from this light. It was the first thing you ever felt, a boundless and sincere unity of the diverse. Your beginning was a spark that cast its light in all directions. And now, you are here again, one with the beginning of everything. The light gleaming from you resembles the light of the shining pillar. You still see it in the north, as always. The waves of life carry you to two figures. The elder is nearest. He's ready to accept you. He's quiet, wise, kind of pure. The younger waits further back. You do not know what he is yet. The waves pause at the elder's feet. He learns over you and plants a feather like kiss on your forehead. The kiss spreads all over you. You are filled with unparalleled delight and bliss. You exist. You are unique. There is no one else like you. They know this and they love you. You will never be alone. You are part of them, a part of your family, a part of this universe. The twins will never leave you. They watch over you constantly. The elder softly touches you as you lie spread out among the waves, sending you further down the torrent of light. You float on to the top of the silver tree spreading crowd. The closer you get to the silver tree, the heavier you become. The waves drags you alongside his strong, but you do not wish to part with the warm and the softest with the love. You turn around, the elder still watching. He nods, all it is as it should be. Go, your time has not yet come. You must return to the war now. As you tumble down toward your body, you comprehend the true meaning of your lesser dead and the divine love that has been revealed to you. Love exists not only in the hereafter, it is present in the entire design of the twins that is the origin of all life in this world. What is the manifestation of this love in your mortal life? Our family. Love always lives in kindred blood. You share the miracle light, the universe with your kin. Family is what you're giving up unborn, what you leave behind when you depart. The gods give you a clear mission in this world, thus gifting you your very being. This is the manifestation of their love, and for all living and for all living their things. It is our Lord. A sudden comprehension of the love with which the entire world is imbued illuminates your mind, but then it fades away and vanishes. You regain the sensation of your flesh. It is heavy and unwieldy. It lacks that lightness, that light. It is a burden. It is smothering you. You gasp for air. Your chest pants painfully. You feel as though your lungs are about to burst. The stagnant odor on the crisp fills them, revolting but so real. You are back. The first thing you see in the gloom of the family strip is Mother's sorrowful eyes. This is your fault. But what could you have done? Without a sound, you mouthed to her the very words she taught you. We must settle suffering. This is the commonest lot. And even at these very moments, you live by your lot. As you lie on the cold rock of the crib and do not turn away from Mother's weird face. This is my last life. Oh. In the depths of the grave, you find Nathan and Gloria reborn for the first time. They are shaking and crying silently. They have experienced their first death. Mother takes the children by the hand. You leave the crypt without a word and walk to what is left of the Brante stay. You belong to the common lot, and so you must endure the lash of fate as it strikes again and again. The servants come in time to put out the fire, but the second floor has already been reduced to ash. It'll be a while before the floor is restored. Tomas' family gives you refuge for the night. No matter what happened, life goes on. The family stay was damaged by the fire, yet the family continues to live there. Grandfather's charged body is taken to the family crib. Gregor Brante has died, he's true dead. You go there to look at him. His face is covered by club hiding expression. Did Gregor Brante finally find solace at the pillar among the flames? Is his final living moments, or did he die as he lived? An embittered soul driven mad because he could never truly live by his law. Yeah. This is like the only nice thing we did for a father, and mostly was because I wanted to get more spirituality more than anything. Yeah, like this true spirituality is going to help us, like we were trying to become a priest, guys, which is what they told us at the beginning of the chapter. We have died once, which is probably still fine. We still have 3 more lives. Your grandfather, Sir Gregor, left this war forever to meet the twin gods. Yeah. The night of the grandfather's death shook your family to the core, yet no matter how it happened, your grandfather Gregor Brante is dead and will never return. He was a fearful shadow looming under the rest of the family. The Brante patriarch exerting his influence on all the lives below him, and all of you will remember him forever. Father is the new patriarch of the family now, yet he still cannot bring himself to sit at the head of the table where Sir Gregor used to preside. Stefan locked himself away in grandfather's bedroom every day. He will not talk to anyone. Gloria and Nathan still jump at every sound that so much as resembles the knocking of his walking stick. Mother spends all day in prayer at the temple. And yet the house has become calm and quiet with his passing. But there is one more thing that must be done, his final farewell. It weighs heavily upon your soul. The day comes to pay your final respects. Father goes to the tomb alone, except for Stefan, Nathan, and you. Mother and Gloria stay at home. Only nobles of those who may become nobles may join this ritual. There is a solemn silence as you walk to the crib. Father is the one who breaks the silence when you finally reach the door of the family crib. Your grandfather built this crib, and now he will be the first Brante to remain here in body forever. The first and ever noble in our family. It is now our duty to hold to the sacrament of flowing blood for Sir Gregor. We will honor his legacy and join him as the founder of the noble Brante dynasty. Stefan perks his father's words, his hand still crushed grandfather's soul. Tradition decrees that he must remain in the niche above the owner's sarcophagus. Nathan, on the other hand, looks even more frightening now. A stairs garb of white stone leads you down there. Deep in the gloom of the crypt, atop a pedestal, you see the sarcophagus that holds grandfather's body. Father takes a moment to compose himself before paying his final respects. Gregor Brante. My father brought our family into nobility. Through his unshakable will, he was a judge and a loyal servant to the empire. He lived his life as he had been born a noble, and he never strayed from the path he had chosen. He sought to make the Brante family noble by the sword, so that our children might be of noble birth. The twins know I abided by my father's will and my life, even if I could not obey him every time. Father lets off a bitter chuckle as he says this. Stefan glares at Father, then turns to glare at Nathan and you. After all, the two of you were born to Father's shameful decision to marry a commoner. All of you remember his disastrous passing. He did not die the true death he deserved. Yet, we all must know that he fought for the future he believed in, to the very end, and he would be proud to see his family bid him farewell with the sacrament of the nobility. As Stefan still glares at Father sullenly, his fingers remain close around his grandfather's sword. Nathan barely pays attention to the words. He looks around with unease, his arms fall across his chest. Father reaches into his jacket and pulls out a slender dagger, thin and sharp. He takes off his glove. Watch me carefully, my sons. Make a small cut on my palm of your hand, and let your blood flow into the dog on the wall of the crypt. It will join your grandfather's blood here and flow forever. Then ancestors and progeny will become as one. We shall enter our family's blood, die, and receive grandfather's final blessing. For his blood rose first in your honor blood tide. He will respond to you. You are part of him and he is part of you. With a quick motion, Father slides his hand and holds the bleeding cut above a small opening in the wall. Then he hands the dagger to Stefan. Stefan cut his hand without hesitation and as does Father did. You receive the dagger next. The dagger's handle feels warm. You hesitate for a moment as you look at the palm of your hand. If you participate in this ritual, you will enter the Brante blood die. You, a lowborn child. A child who's still a commoner. Are you ready to claim your legacy as a descendant of the nobleman Gregor Brante? The eyes of your father and brothers are upon you. Nathan, the youngest brother, will follow your example. You can be certain of this. We have the noble sacrament. We could do the blood tie, but unfortunately, because we don't have the nobleman sacred, and we don't have 6 nobility or 2 good points with Gregor Brante, we could ask for the blessing. So, because of this, guys, we can't do the thing. We're gonna give the dagger. You refuse to participate in the ritual. After all, you do not bear the nobleman's blood. Yeah, exactly. We don't. You return the dagger to Father and say you cannot participate in the ritual. You are a commoner, and your back bears the mark of the lash. Grandfather would never have let you honor his name as a nobleman. Nathan nods in agreement. You do not deserve this honor. Father furrows his brows and shakes his head. Stefan, help me close the lid of the sarcophagus and remember to ask for grandfather for his blessing. And as for you two, it seems you weren't ready to walk the nobleman's path after all. You're right, son. Your grandfather would never have allowed it. Okay, give me him. My god. Guys, the lid of the sarcophagus falls into place with a heavy resonant thud. Then suddenly you all freeze as each of you hears your late grandfather speak to you. His voice loud as he rings in the depths of the crypt. and yet he speaks to each of you separately. Fall, thou Fall, thou weakling! I knew you never had it in you to rise above your meager bird, Alexandrus. You have not a drop of nobility in you, and your pathetic little brother is the same. You are a taint upon my flesh and blood. Be gone from my crib. Your legs carry out of the crib of their own accord. Out of that stuffy crib. You can finally breathe again. You hear slowly footsteps behind you. You turn around and meet Nathan's grace. You did the right thing. If it weren't for you, I'll have done what Hather told us. Grandfather said I should stay away from his legacy. Said it will do me no good if I tried to follow in his footsteps. How's that for words of guidance, huh? Nathan sighs as he embraces you. Father and Stephen leave the crib much later and walk to the carriage without word. You and Nathan humbly follow behind them. That's fine. An adult question. This event is a consequence of your previous actions. The day is sunny, scorching and hot. You are sitting in the yard in the shade of a tree, studying books about the twins' great descents. You hear shy, quiet steps. There is no need to look back. You know from the sound that it is Nathan. Your younger brother also sits in the shade of the tree, yet he's quiet. He's not tugging at your clothes this time. That is unusual. He's just sitting by your side, breathing loudly. You turn yourself away from the book and look at your brother. Nathan is deep in thought. He seems uneasy. His is fidgeting with the symbol of the twins. A cross inside the circle, the lash bound around the sword. It is Nathan's pendant. He wears it all the time, but not today. The silence wears on. Nathan takes a deep breath, like he is about to speak, but he does not. His face grows even grimmer. He looks unusually hurt and bitter. At last Nathan gathers his courage. He takes another deep breath. His eyes narrow. His hand clutches, then circles across. Tell me, Alexandrus. The twins, they hate me, don't they? Nathan's voice is quiet yet firm. The words fall silently around you. Not even a gust of wind can be heard. It is as if everything's waiting for your answer. You look at your brother again, confused. Nathan, the youngest brother, the most unassuming child, he's quiet, obedient, and thoughtful. He has been your responsibility almost since his birth, yet he has never been a burden. Father was always aloof around him, and mother was too tired to even smile. Even grandfather seemed to avoid Nathan with his scorn. You just treated your little brother like a piece of trash. You never called him by my name, and always winced at the sight of him. Perhaps because he looked so much like mother. But is it true that the twins God have no love for your little brother? Surely the twins have enough even for Nathan, do they not? Nathan was born a commoner like you. His blood is suffering. Everyone is tested by the twins before their true death. No one can expect mercy along their path. He was born the youngest child in your family. That is his trial. Should Nathan persevere and bear the burden he was dealt, he shall yet reach the peak of the pillar when his time runs out. There is hope in Nathan's hand as he looks at you. Guiding others in matters of faith is the glorious lot. You are no priest, yet you cannot stay quiet. You see his pain, you see his trepidation, and so you will tell him what you think. What you're about to say may be a turning point in his life. The twins are love for all that exists. Your brother's right, the twins are stern and ruthless. Both of these answers are right because of the fact that they are love and their love is what gave us to this life, but their laws are pretty harsh. Their laws are pretty harsh, guys, and honestly, following the laws is the way to reach heaven in this world. So, This will give me spirituality and friendship with Nathan, as this is what he wants to hear. But this is probably the right answer. Confirm Nathan's fears. You are quiet for a moment and then you speak. The twins are stern indeed. They pay no heed to the wishes of men, for they are gods. They have their own vision and they follow to guide all people to greatness. But how can the twins guide people when they are not people themselves? But there is a positive side to this. You do not have to love them either. After all, how can you force yourself to love forces that hate you just for being born? How can you force yourself to love entities that see you as wicked, beings that can do nothing but blindly obey their will? For our gods have no mercy indeed, and their law is inhumane. We have to accept it, for it cannot be changed. But when your true death comes, there are two paths open to you. You can be brought to the peak of the shining pillar, or you can be cast down into eternal suffering at the foot of the pillar. If you wish for the twin solace and eternal bliss in the hereafter, submitting to their will is the only way. Nathan hangs on every word. The despair on his face is displayed by rage. He lies to his feet, his fingers pulsing to fists, a single tear rolls down his written cheek. No, that cannot be. It is impossible. You simply cannot be right. The twins are testing me, and they're testing me right now too. I'm gonna tell Mom you're spreading heresy. No, I'm not. Nathan screams this words in your face and runs away. He's bending, clenching his fist instead around his neck. You turn back to the book with a heavy heart. It always hurts to face the cruelty of this war. Will your younger brother weather the storm? You know his threat means nothing. He will never tell on you. His dad is too great. Your younger brother Nathan Brante receives a spiritual admonition from you. Forbidden love. This event is a consequence of your previous action. Okay. Another day. Honestly, we're doing pretty good, guys. Another day of school is behind you. You are now wandering your district, taking your time before going home. It is getting dark. Soon you are walking past the splendid mansion of Can El Velasco, one of Magra's richest landlords. You hear a familiar voice from the other side of the iron fence. It is Stefan's voice. It is followed by the sound of a young lady laughing. You peek through the fence and into the mansion's garden, and indeed, there you see your eldest brother, dressed like he's going to meet the Emperor himself. He is currently busy helping a pretty young lady out of the window. She locks him in an emotional embrace. You recognize her, Maria El Velasco, Count El Velasco's daughter. And as the whole city knows, she's already betrothed to another young nobleman from a far more illustrious family. Oh, Maria, I thought I would help you come down to earth from your heavenly above, but your Betty touch brings me to the heavens. He picks the Count's daughter up and holds her in the air. She laughs, almost imperceptible, and kisses him on the cheek. But then Stefan takes her by the shin and turns her face to him. Their lips join in a kiss. A fury of emotion washes over you as you watch it happen. Stefan is putting the reputation of his entire family at risk. Acting so frivolously with the Count's daughter may turn the Count's influence against all the Brantes. And yes, Stefan always speaks so highly of noble bearing and composure and family honor. Stefan's face glowing with joy. Your older brother he's happy. Truly happy. You have never seen Stefan like this, as his arms hold the Count's daughter in a tender embrace, so gentle and out his fears to hurt her. And Maria reciprocates his feelings. Must you really rob them of their secret joy? Should I? You ever speak to him about this, no one else must hear it. You wait by the gate patiently until Stefan decides to return from his escapades. He startled when he finally noticed you standing by the way. Remind him what a nobleman honors means. Stefan keeps acting like this, he will bring disgrace upon the entire family. This will give friendship with him and nobility. You promise you will, but you know what? Let's get spirituality and ingenuity by not breaking the love, guys, because what kind of people we are. We're trying to be good people too. Yeah, we believe in the twins more than anything, so let's rejoice the love that they're bringing to the world, guys. So let's do this. Also, guys, I'll be honest with all of you. I'm a pretty religious person myself, but I would say that I'm a pretty spiritual person more than anything. So, yes, we're going to aid Stefan in his cause. You promise you will keep your brother's secret? Absolutely. What are you doing here at this late hour, Alexandros? Is there something you wish to tell me? You confess to Stefan that you saw him today in the Alabaster Garden with the Khan's daughter. This affair puts both families' honor at risk. Yet, you say you're happy for him. You can see how much he cares for her, no matter what. It is worth the risk. Stefan can trust you with the secret. You assure him the two of you will keep it together. Stefan reacts to you with anger at first, but your supporter will calm him down. You got all the markings of a professional spy, but you're right. The risk is too great. Your aid will not go amiss. You are no nobleman yet, but I hope your word is worth my trust. From that day on, you held Stefan and Maria Boy attention on many occasions. You even have to distract all Velasco manservants and lead them away on a wild goose chase through the district. In the end, you're never caught, and you earn your brothers yet another night with his beloved. They are both aware that the days of their hidden love are numbered. But how would your escapades affect the family's reputation? I do not care. You and your brothers agree. Whatever happens, happens. Young love is worth the risk. Absolutely. We are 6 spirituality and 3 ingenuity. You find above your elders' brothers you find out about your elders' forbidden love. Okay, guys, we're pretty close to ending the chapter. Just letting you all know. Grandfather's passing and last respects have left a mark on the entire family. His words relayed from the hereafter keep echoing in your mind. You still do your best to avoid the memory of grandfather's last night and spend more time on the city street with Tomas and your other classmates. The road by the house reminds you of another clash with death. Sometimes as you walk along the road, you recall Sophia, the beautiful girl with the wonderful eyes and the terrifying thundering hooves. You have not seen Sophia since that fateful day. The children who live nearby say her parents sent her to a rich Archean family, the Ottons as a servant. Oh my god. The sun has set. The pillar shines palely in the dark sky. Thomas is ill, so you decide to visit him and tell him the latest news. The streets seem oddly agitated tonight, full of horses, cloaked men, strange faces, and hushed voices. A young nobleman in a heavy embroidered cloak is walking back and forth, clutching at his horse nervously. There is grimace on his delicate blue face. He's an Archean. You overhear voices. Sir Otto, the girl's not at home. We searched the house. Her parents swear that she ran away from home too. They claim they wanted to bring her back. Just do whatever it takes. Turn this loathsome district upside down if you must, but bring my servant back to me. She's here. Sophia ran away from an Archean. How can this be? There is only one place on the entire street where the person could hide. The abandoned Moral House, 4 houses away from yours. You hid there doing your best not to attract attention. The loose side house built of yellow brick has been abandoned for 20 years or so. You remember playing there as a boy. You glimpse a figure inside even before you enter. A pair of eyes glimmer in the dark. You would recognize them even after another 4 years. Sophia has grown up. She's almost an adult now, and her face is full of fear. She's not the easygoing girl next door that you remember. She finally recognizes you. Oh, it's you, Alexandros. Be quiet. They're all looking for me. I ran away from the youngest Autumn. I might be in for a lesser death here, but I'd rather die than spend another day in their slavery. I'm just a thing to him, just a toy to play with. Sophia winces and closes her mouth as she says this. There is a glimpse of bright yellow deep in her eyes. I ran to my parents. I told them all about the men I had to serve, and they went and alerted the Autumns. They don't want to be the target of their ire. But you aren't going to tip them off, are you? The barking and shouting are getting closer. Sophia's voice grows quiet. She runs off to the darkest corners of the house before you can ask. One of Autumn's servants so close you can hear his clothes swinging against the ground. He noticed something and calls for the others. There are more voices around you now. They approach the house from the yard and surround you. One of them seems particularly snappy, annoying, and impatient. You have already heard this voice already. If you're in there, girl, you'll be wise to come out and quit wasting my time. I will be forgiven, and you will go back where you were. You know it, and if you don't, I will drag you up by the hair. The heels of a young Archean sword bashes at the door. He's about to lose his patience for good. Sophia holds the one dart trying to stay alive. She glances at you. What would you do? Your heart is racing. Can you act against the Archean's order? Do you have the gall to defy the mighty nobleman? Okay. So, whenever some of the choices are locked, guys, it's because like you didn't unlock a certain requirement, so you can't pick them. You will protect your friend even if you have to defy the young Archean. So, if Sophia wouldn't have suffered her first death, we could try to stop Autumn, or help Sophia flee. If we have 4 ingenuity. Sophia trusting, but we don't have 4 ingenuity. We could hide alone, or we could bring Sophia to things have become too dangerous. You are not able to influence the fate of Sophia. Sophia embittered. Sophia merciless. The Archean is within his rights. You will render him a service if you help him capture her. Honestly, yeah. The Archeans are supposed to be above all people, so let's help him. You pull yourself together and walk slowly to the half-collapsed doorway. Sophia stays behind. The tall your Archean stares you down. His convincing smile dripping with scorn. Your hand raises to a point and Sophia hides in place. Otto not satisfied. Then he steps inside. His fingers the hilt of the sword. You follow him in doubt. As Silver runs in front of you, Sophia. Man, that was loud. You hear a high-pitched scream of rage. A golden light blinds you. A flash of bright rends you from the inside. There is another voice in your head now, booming, screaming, "Halt! Freeze! Drop!" You lose control of your body, your arms and legs. You collapse at the Archean's feet. Sophia uses this moment of confusion to run past the nobleman and out through the door. Autumn steps over you, cursing, and runs after her. You heard noises from the other side of the wall, running, screaming, and orders to give chase. You lie there on a pile of old bricks, completely unable to move. Slowly, the stupor leaves you. Finally, your knees can bend again. You get to your feet, swallowing, and walk up the abandoned house. The young Arnie is standing in the doorway, shaking his head in frustration. So she's a witch, is she? Well, I'll be. What a fascinating lass. I knew I chose her for a reason. Ah, there you are, youngster. So how do you like your first brush with magic? Tell me your name, and worry not, you have my thanks. You tremble as you introduce yourself to Dorius Autumn. You will go far, young Brante. You know your loyalties. Yeah, I do. You walk back home lost in thought. Sophia is a witch. You recall how you fell, how her magic bound you by the arms and legs, how it took away all control, your body, how it made you lose the will to move. But all that spell, you could sense something personal in the way it strokes you. Was it hatred? The runaway girl becomes the talk of your district for an entire week. You overheard that Sophia managed to flee the city. The Ottons are furious. After this sudden appearance, she disappears from your life once more. You will not see her again until much, much later. Okay, guys, we've been recording for quite a bit. I think that we're really close to ending the chapter, though. After what you did, Sophia realized that the entire world hates her and she will respond in kind. And we got like we're neutral with Autumn. Okay, we're so close, guys. We're so close. The bloodstained sermon. You are about to turn 15, just one step away from adulthood. Mother is acting anxious at dinner today, barely touching her food. You exchange glances with Gloria. She carefully tells you that she wants to go to the tailor. Mother's shoulders and her hands clenching into fists. No, don't you dare leave home today. I forbid it. That dirty heretic Fotis is spreading his lies under the silver tree today. Twins willing, I don't want you to hear any of that. You and Gloria glance at each other. Fotis, he is a patriot, the head of the clergy through the entire province. That is the first time you hear Mother speaks like this about a priest, especially such a high-ranking one. Once you leave the dinner table, Gloria comes to your room with a cunning expression on her face, like she's about to play a trick on someone. She has a plan. The two of you should sneak out of the house and go to the silver tree. You simply must hear that the sermon for yourself. What's so bad about Patriot Fotis? Why does Mother hate him so much? You two are grown-ups now. Surely you have the right to know. You agree with your sister. Together you sneak out from under your mother's watchful eye and hurry to the silver tree. The temple block is full of people from all ranks and state. There is barely enough room for you to squish through the crowd. The crowd has gathered around the petty roots of the tree. Gloria suggests that you climb up to the roof of a nearby building so you can hear and see everything better. Not a moment too soon. From the roof, you see a tall, silver-haired priest step onto the platform by the tree, dressed in the common black robe that looks far beneath his rank. Yet he stands like a noble before the crowd. Behind his back is a banner flapping in the wind, the open book. This is the symbol of the new faith, the crowd whispers. The patriarch holds his hand on the sky, and the entire temple block whirls quiet. He begins his sermon, his brilliant voice rolling across the square. Fotis speaks of a great mistake. We entrusted ourselves to the lost as the only way to fulfill divine providence in this world. But for all these years, the will of the twins have been interpreted for us by a single man, Prophet Isitis. The twins are ever watching from atop the shining pillar. Of this we have no doubt. But how can we so blindly believe that we truly follow their will by following the lots? Have we not seen the 3 lots of Isatis fell again and again to answer the question of how we ought to live our lives? Have we not seen people change their lot in life again and again without being smitten by divine wrath? Every person born, whether human or Archean, low or noble, must find their lot and their way to the gods of their own. Okay? From now on, we will seek the gods in their accounts of their own lives, in their own acts in the world, and in their own words as they echo within us. As we heed the voice of the twins within, we will each find their path, for us on our own. The crowd at the silver tree listens to the patriarch's speech is done, silently. You glance at your sister, her eyes glister with tears as she hears Fotis' words. Then suddenly a hoarse cry rises from the crowd. If there are no lots, does that mean the nobles are gonna till the fields and the commoners are gonna bear arms? The crowd begins to murmur. The patriarch raises an arm and Hill's ready to answer. An odd figure leaps from the crowd onto the platform. A dirty beggar dresses in rags. A knife flashes in his hand. The blade slides, blood starts spouting from Fotis' throat. He slumps over and collapses. Oh my A dark brown puddle is spread across the platform where he has stood. Gloria cushes her mouth to suppress a shriek. A few moments of stunned silence, and then the screams begin. The people are frantic. The temple, the, tem- the temple guards try to restore order in the crowd, but to not avail. An old woman dressed in an inquisitor cassock tries in vain to apply pressure to the patriarch's wound. The nobles draw their swords, dogs are barking, the crowd is pushing and shoving. Children are crying, the entire squad by the three scales. From the roof you see the moment when people start tramping on each other, howling, praying, shouting. Gloria tugs on your sleeve, time to go. You climb down from the roof and run. You return home without changing a word. Mother has been in her room all the while, so no one noticed your absence. Gloria looks herself in her room. Do not discuss the things you have just seen. They are too frightening. But your parents discuss every little detail on the bloodstained sermon over dinner. This is unbelievable. A patriarch murdered in plain sight. The gendarmes and the Archduke guards have searched every corner of the slums, and the murderous Picard has disappeared without trace. I can't even imagine a more gruesome crime. Fodis has died a true death, never to return from the hereafter. But how? Why can't the patriarch be reborn? He's so close to the twins. Such is the way of the world, my children. Once you're granted great power by the twins' will, there is no hope for you to come back, not even after the first of your deaths. Emperors, their powerful vassals, heads of the great Archean dynasty, patriarchs of the church, none of them are destined to be Roman. Wow, really? Fodis is gone forever. I fear for his soul. He was lost in doubt. Will the twins accept him upon the peak of the pillar? We must pray for the patriarch, children. Let us hope he managed to return to the true old faith before the moment of his passing. But there is little hope for that. The last night. Alright, tomorrow you turn 16. According to Imperial law, you will be a full adult. Your time at Sir Delvosgood has ended. You have studied enough to apply for the Imperial College and learn the judge trade there. You are to travel to Eterna tomorrow. Your friend Tomas will go there with you to try his luck in the Imperial capital. Mother and father prepare you for the long journey. Remember, son, there is only one goal for you. You must become a student at the Imperial College. Your teachers drag you through all those books for a reason. You have the knowledge and favor to be noble by the mantle as I was, as my late father was before me. And who knows, maybe one day you will be the one to write the name Brante in the true blue book and ensure that your children will be noble by birth. The mother speaks to you carefully. There is worry in her eyes. But, Robert, there may be another path for her son. Stefan, your firstborn, was born a noble. He will surely earn the title for the entire Brante family. Your second son first the favor of the twins. For him, the path of the priest is a worthy calling, no less than a nobleman's sword. They have been arguing about your future for a while now. Still, she would never defy the will of a nobleman and her husband. You smile at them both, trying to placate them. Gloria laughs quietly behind their backs. Just don't become a son like Stefan and you'll just do fine. Mother shies Gloria for that. You wing at your sister. Nathan has been downcast all evening. He barely touches his dinner. When everyone gets up from the table, he suddenly rushes to embrace you. Please don't go, Alexandros. Can you stay? I don't know what I'm going to do without you. Also, his hearing respond. There's no way you can stay now, you say. But when you come home, and you will come home, you'll tell him all your stories and bring him a special present from eternity. This is it. All your lessons have been learned. All your things have been packed for the road. You will leave for family home tomorrow. Tonight is your last night at home before your departure. You walk through the rooms one last time. The sitting room where Mother used to read your fairy tales, the library where Gloria used to spend all her time, Father's study, which you enter only on special occasions, the backyard when you taught Nathan to build towers on summer. The whole place feels familiar, so dear to you. Feels like home. You lived here for 16 years. Will you ever return? It's getting late, everybody's already in the rooms, but you hesitate. Father, Moria, Gloria, Mother, Gloria, Nathan. It will be a long time before you see them again. Who would you spend your last few hours at home? Okay, so if we have grateful with Robert or for friendship with Robert, we could do this. But we don't. Lydia, grateful. Let's spend. Oh, okay. If we have Gloria grateful, we could do. You think your sister's still away? Or, and if we don't have any of these guys, we have to spend time with Nathan, which gives you willpower, which is honestly not bad. Surely your brothers are away this hour. Alright, let's go spend time with Mother. You go to Mother's chamber and knock at the door. You open the door to Mother's room. She's kneeling in prayer. Her back is to the door, and her whisper fills the room. She turns around and smiles gently when she hears your footsteps. You want to spend the night with her before you leave. Mother reaches out to you. Come with me, Alexandros. There is no need for anybody else to hear us. You walk silently downstairs, enters the empty sitting room and lights the candles. You are so close to the gods, my son. I knew it as soon as you were born. I saw them watching over you closely. Let us pray together, my son. May the twins know your honor, their every touch. You stand by Mother's side as she whispers prayers after prayers. First, she offers gratitude for the life and lot you have been granted, then a plea to show you your path through the war, for it has no mercy. Next, a promise to heed and obey their recall. There is such favor in her prayer, such piety. You know for certain as you pray with her that the gods will provide for you. They will ensure that your path is true, for there is no other way. The sun is about to rise. You should rest before the long trip, but you are not tired at all. On the contrary, you feel lucid and clear-headed. Mother embraces you once the prayers are done. My son, life is hard, but it is just the more so for those who follow their lot. Remember, be humble in your words and work hard. But before you go, Mother removes a pendant with the twins' cross and puts it around your neck. You return to your mom and to your room and getting to bed. You can see the shining pillar from the window, growing gentle against the twins' mourning. All your worries about the long journey are no more. You feel calm and serene. Okay guys, we didn't reach like 10 spirituality, but we did reach like the blessed gods, which is awesome. The pasture from home, you leave the family home for a long time. Your future awaits in Eterna, the capital of Empire. Oh my god. Days of youth. Grow up to become a young man. Last night was your final night at home. The carriage is now waiting at the gate, ready to take you to the capital. The crypt cupping of the idle hopes against the cobblestones counts the seconds before your departure. You take one more look at your parents' house and recall your childhood spent there, in the nearby yards at nearby jars at your school, and on the winding street of Anisote. You clash with the greater world around you and survive. You felt the tingle of emotion for the first time. You were taught by the school and the streets. You explore the city of your birth and learn something of his past. You witness firsthand events that will be remembered by history for all time. All of this is yours now, forever. You saw death, lesser death, followed by rebirth, and the true death that takes and never gives back. You saw death lying in wait to strike the unaware, like a beast stalking his prey. You saw grandfather's angry grimace lit by the flickering fay of the lamp, the Archduke cavalry trampling those who stood in their way, and your older brother bloody sword slicing through the air. Death has followed you from a very young age, and yet you live on. You have a friend who has been by your side all these years. Tomas taught you many things, how to take a hit, how to keep your word, and how to remain true to your own self. And now Tomas is walking to the same carriage as you are with a heavy bag slung over the shoulder. Your friend will remain your companion for the time being. Ahead of you is a long trim towards the capital and Adolfo. For the first time you will be away from your family and home. What awaits you in the future. You You survived your first clashes with the greater world around you and felt the tingle of emotion for the first time. You were taught by the school and the streets. You explored the city of your birth and learned from his tales. You witnessed firsthand the events that will be remembered by history. It is time now for you to leave your family home. And then this is like everything important that happened, matters of the heart, tree, admonition. Yeah, we did pretty good. Just recalling, guys, real quick. Personality. Yeah, like our stats were pretty 4, 3, 8. Our house is kind of in the middle. Oh yeah, so this is really interesting, guys. Like the face of your family, like usually, like your parents' face will never change, but like your siblings will be changing as they grow up. Okay. Your childhood friend. He lives on the same street, born to a family of humble artisans. His dream is to change his lot, get a military education, and learn the right to soar. He intends to join Imperial Legion. I forgot to read this, guys, so I'm just gonna read them now, but pretty much like we got to the ending of the chapter. Your neighbor. A humble girl from a poor lower family living on the same street. And, yep. The Supreme Judge, a prefect of the Magra province and a family friend. A nobleman of a new lineage, he's also the brother of the Leia Maliel born, your father's first wife. Yeah, that's what I thought. He became prefect by virtue of his impeccable service and reputation. He advocates great liberties and rights for the common state. Oh, he likes the common state. Young daughter of the Tarquinius Middleides, the Archduke of the Magra province. She is the embodiment of our new beauty and pride. You first laid eyes on her by a fountain in the golden square of Anisode when she drove a handkerchief there. An acolyte of the temple of the silver tree in Anisode. She's zealous adherent of the old faith and the teaching of Isatis. Okay. A young Archean from one of Anisode's most venerable bloodlines. He has been trained for a military career since birth. He's already famous as a daring duelist and a skillful swordsman. Many says he's the future high commander of the province. Okay, so these are like our relationships with people outside our family. We have a ton of willpower. We're not gonna continue, guys. Oh my goodness.
Leaving my hometown behind, I set out for the capital of the empire. There, I would discover my role in society.
Okay, oh my god. Okay, sorry guys, just trying to exit. The driver forks the rein, the carriage slowly sways, it starts moving away from your home. You stick your head out of the window and wave goodbye to your family. Nathan is running after the carriage with Tomas' younger brother in tow, tears in their eyes. He hurries to leave your home behind. Ahead lies Eterna, the imperial capital. You have often read about it and hear stories from Father Stefan. It is a city that surpasses Anisode, enormous in terms of size, age, wealth, and beauty, but what is it really like? What kind of life awaits you there? What would you learn there, and where would your actions take you? You pass the old walls of Anisode. Somehow within the old fortress you and Tomas built together out of the old wooden pranks. Now left is to take care of your younger brothers. You two are adults now. Perhaps your fortress will crumble now, abandoned, or perhaps your brother will continue with a starter. Who knows? You look down at your hands, knuckle scars and skull from the street antics, finger stains with ink mother gave you a crust to wear away from home. And now you can feel his warmth against your chest. Your family counts on you, even though they all wish a different future for you. But they are behind you now in Anisode. From this point on, only you will decide which road you'll take. This is the journey you prepare and for through your entire childhood. Ahead of you lie many years in the capital, years that will determine the fate and your place in society. These are the personal qualities of adulthood which you will use for the rest of your life. They are some qualities that you have gained childhood. For most skills check, you will need a value between 10 and 16. Value 17 and 13 I require for rare and special difficult choice. The maximum value is 20. Only gives you a chance for one extraordinary deed. Let me see what time it is, guys. Okay, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. We're about to end the chapter, so we'll just read this and end it. Alright, so these stats will combine depending on your childhood, and they do does help you being able to increase some of the stats. So perception and nobility 4. So we got 9 diplomacy. Your profession in the laws of the empire, as well as your connection and influence among the ruling elite and high society, it affects your ability to negotiate with people of importance. Most important to the judge, and unknown, promising, influential, receive an elite circle, masterful diplomat. Okay. Manipulation. Your ability to influence people by the way of deception and trickery, and use them to achieve your goals. We have 8. That's okay. Not the best, but yeah, if 20 is a maximum, like having 10 is kind of decent. Perception and spirituality. Your proficiency with sacred text, comprehension of the divine law, and ability to construct and defend your own interpretation of the faith. 13. So this is probably going to be our highest stat. Initiated. Theology is prophet. Okay, so yeah. Determination and nobility. Valor. Your capabilities as a warrior, your strength in battles and duels. It affects your ability to fight and command troops. Okay, guys, we're not a fighter, we're a lover. So, yeah, we're not gonna be trying to fight people. It seems that we're going to suck at that. We're also gonna be sucking at scheming. Your ingenuity and determination 1. Oh my god. 4. Your talents for inciting riots, organizing ambushes, and plotting murder, assaults, and sabotage. It determines your success of your criminal undertaking. Okay, hold on. Important to the judge. Most important to the conspirator. Most important to the inquisitor. Okay. Most important to the judge. Conspirator. Okay, okay, and 9 eloquence. Okay, we could increase my eloquence. My eloquence is kind of low, but we do have like a lot of what's it called? Theology. Your ability to still faith. So yeah. All right, and then we're going to quit the main menu. Yeah, I know. All right, guys. If you have all right, guys. If you like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. I usually said this like at some point during the series. I may have forgotten this time, but it does help the series a lot, and I usually do say it twice. If you guys like the second chapter, please let me know. I love the series. I love the choices we're making. I know we made some evil choices. And like I said, there is a reason for that I am really trying to aim for high spirituality as best as I could. But there's some choices that regardless they do hurt. And yes, we do have a lot of willpower to do so many good choices, but like if you just use all your willpower at all times, you're not like you might you might need it to save your life at some point. So we're playing it smart, we're playing it slow, and so yeah. So thank you so much, Adventurers. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you guys on the next time. Thank you.